The Craig Shoemaker Show with Craig Shoemaker, Sarah Sweet, and Joel Geist.
You're listening to Craig Shoemaker, America.
Who did this to you? Kira Sultanovich is our guest.
You are the love master. But don't you have like 17 kids?
Well, I have another one on the way.
Stop
I
it.
swear to God,
Dude,
a girl.
you need to pull out. We get it. You're fertile.
We have Eric Griffin is here. I'm glad you're here. Why don't you co-host every week? Male co-host.
First of all, I'm looking around, and I need to call the NAACP about this.
A lot of people in the room here.
You know what I mean? No, this is Honky Central right now.
No. We're going to get to that. It's Katie Seagal. You're going to be on a show that I absolutely love. And am I allowed to say it? Are you allowed to say it?
Yeah, which show? Yeah.
She's got so many of them.
Frangela, they're coming in. Why do you think you should be on The Price is Right? Play the Asian thing. If she goes, it's called Price is Light. I swear to God, we're a winner. I think I have created a person who would be chosen.
You're dangerously close to me telling you, Francis, to go to The Price is Right with like a bone in your nose. You know.
Hey, hi, who's this?
Hey, this is John Resnick.
From the Goo Goo Dolls.
From the Goo Goo Dolls, yes.
Everything he sings sounds amazing.
Can you sing Mary Had a Little Lamb?
Mary had a little lamb.
Wherever I am, there is joy and laughter. Yay. No? You hope?
Yeah. Make sure to visit our website, craigshoemakershow.com.
What's an odd thing, Sarah, is when you were growing up and you thought you'd be on television, which you were kind of on television. It's not this. Look, it's not the same as we grew up with. There's nobody saying, bang that television, it's got bad static. I understand that. It's not the same exact thing, but we're still on a screen. And I was just about to say that I have no nerves. Every week I have no nerves when I do this. How about you? Do you have any?
It's not television. It doesn't.
Oh, so if we were on television, you'd have nerves.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
What if I told you that I watched us on television, on my big screen? I watched this show on a big screen.
How does it look?
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
You look nervous, though, because you know you're on television. I'm just kidding.
You're lying. And
I know I'm lying. Okay, welcome to the Craig Shoemaker Show.
in the intro, I agree with some of the listeners. My laugh is a little annoying. I was annoyed by myself.
We're going to get back to that.
Okay, great.
Okay, but Sarah Sweet with the Craig Shoemaker Show, Joel Geist on a job today, making money, as it should be.
Lucky.
Working for Oakley, I believe. If you like what you hear today or see today, leave us a high rating on iTunes and subscribe. Tell a friend. You spread the word about our show. That's the least you could do for us, right? Just a little good rating.
Yeah.
Spread the word, okay? And you can donate to the show anytime. Just click on the Amazon banner at thecraigshoemakershow.com.
Mm-hmm.
You click on that Amazon banner, which you buy from Amazon all the time. We get a kickback from anything you purchase.
That was awesome.
It doesn't do anything, like you're not spending an extra dime or 1 penny. You're just doing that for us. It's really nice to spread the laughter around. And today's episode is brought to you by Adam and Eve. We'll look forward to that commercial read.
Oh, yeah.
Keep an ear out and find out how to get 10% off some sexy products later today.
Do I get to stay in the room for that one?
You want to be here for that?
Yeah, please.
Didn't you leave
I
last
have
time?
to know.
She left last time, didn't she?
Not
'Cause it
by
was creepy?
choice,
I know,
because
I
you
threw
made me.
I threw you out, and then everyone, that's the best read you've ever done. That wasn't because I didn't mean to say that in the same sentence. Like you had anything to do with it being the best read I've ever done.
It could be.
It was just creepy because it was Love Master. I know you think he's creepy, so I wanted you to leave so I could fully immerse myself into the read, of which people said it was wonderful.
How about if I'm supportive of the Love Master when you do the read? Can I stay in the room?
Then you can stay in
I
the
just
room.
need to know about the products.
You will know about
Yeah.
Really, you have a curiosity about Adam and
Always.
Eve products? They make
Vibrate.
They make things that do
I,
vibrate.
somebody just went bzzz, Anthony in the
Our
room
audience
went
of one went buzz. I never knew that the audience one actually was writing the jokes for us, or trying to lead us down a certain path. We've had it happen before, haven't we? Where
Talk
people,
about vibrators?
well, people in the audience of one that sort of give us ideas on things,
Yeah.
holding up notes.
Yeah.
This would be funny.
Unsolicited
Yeah.
jokes.
Well, we are soliciting you to be the audience of one if you'd like to be part of our show. Last week we had an audience of 9, which creeped you out worse than the Love Master, Sarah. But next time it could be anywhere from 9 on down, preferably more in the 1
1
2
to
range.
2, yeah.
Okay,
A
Sarah
couple
can handle
would
that.
be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
A couple. Speaking of a couple, we have a couple coming in today. An
Oh.
actual celebrity couple.
Who
Isn't that wild?
are they?
Have you ever watched American Idol?
Yeah.
Are you
a
an
little bit.
American?
I'm an American, and I mean, the first season, I think I watched it. Other
Really?
than that,
You were out once Justin Guarnini came in second. You were out.
Yeah, seen what I needed to see.
Wasn't that the first year?
I don't actually know who you're talking about.
I still remember that. Justin Guarnini.
Is he the big?
They even had a Kelly and Justin.
Yeah, the big fluffy hair.
Yes,
yeah.
from Philadelphia. That's
But
how I
Kelly
remember.
won that
Went to
one.
the same high school as Pink.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Pink, who sang an amazing rendition of my favorite,
Somewhere over the
Somewhere
rainbow.
Over the Rainbow. Pink nailed it.
Yeah.
My old neighbor, Pink.
She was your old neighbor.
Not only my neighbor, she was the greatest Halloweener ever.
What did she do?
Well, like, it's so weird. This is only we have to have like a sound bed of only in Hollywood
Yeah.
or something like that. Don't
Yeah.
let me do the writing here. But Pink would loved having the kids over. And
Your
she's
children?
She's from near my hometown.
Okay.
She's from Central Bucks West, outside of Philadelphia.
She's tough. Is she scary?
No, not with the kids. She loves kids.
Yeah.
And she, because everyone knows it's Pink's house in the neighborhood. But so it's kind of like crowded.
Yeah.
The line to get in.
Yeah.
And she knows it, but still, she's so into the kids that she has them walk in, keeps the parents outside.
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah. Well, no, not like that. That was really weird, Sarah. Come on. I'm trying to tell a story about. Does everything have to go to
If it's
creepy?
like kids come in, parents down. I'm not saying that Pink said.
No, of course she's not. I mean, she has the kids come in and she goes over there. Oh, that's a great costume and all that kind of stuff. And, and the kids, by the way, what's really cool about kids is they have no idea that it's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like my son Jared, the 9-year-old, the innocent, goofy one.
Yeah.
He's now doing a television show this week.
Oh, he is?
Yes. And so yesterday he came back with, he's doing like, background extra work and hopefully being upgraded. But apparently the whole set loves him.
Are
And
you doing it to get extra money?
for
Are
him,
you farming him out?
for him, it wasn't my decision on this one. I went along with my ex-wife.
Okay,
Which
so
is
he's
what
an
you should do
extra on
anyway.
a television show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, if it leads to peacekeeping with my ex-wife, I just wrote a joke today.
What is it?
I said to Siri, I said, call my ex-wife, and Siri responded, have you thought this one out? Which is actually true. You got to think about when you're speaking to someone that doesn't like you very much and has had actions of that. You got to kind of like really weigh it out. So when she comes to me and says, it's my idea that I want to take Jared to a set to see if he really likes this. So she did it for a whole week. He's working on a show, an HBO show. So he comes back
True
yesterday.
Detective?
No, not True Detective. I think it's brand new. It's oh man, it needs a new title. I'll tell you that because I've gone 9 blanks on this one already. I cannot remember the name of it. Audience of One. Do you know the name of it? He's going to look it up for us. That's what you have to do with an Audience of One. You got to be Google alert.
Yeah.
So he comes back and he played basketball with just like goofing around with one of my all-time actresses on my list
Who?
of free passes. Like.
That doesn't really exist.
Oh really?
Just in the brain. I mean, would Mika really give you a free pass?
I do believe she would at this point.
At this point.
Well, at this particular juncture, because things aren't really happening in that department right now.
Just be patient.
I have been.
She just gave birth to a baby.
I have been, but I had a wild Jennifer Aniston dream the other day.
Ooh,
but it wasn't
sexy.
Jennifer Aniston.
Okay,
it
who's
was
your
somebody
lady?
else sexy who's not really that well known, but she's well known. I'll give you a hint. She did a scene in a pretty big motion picture probably 12 years ago.
I love that he says motion picture.
Okay. Does that age me?
In this talkie.
Well, it's from it was Oscar week. They say motion pictures. I like to thank the Academy of Motion Pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this motion
name.
picture, she did what a lot of guys. I'm just going to fill you in on dudes. Okay.
it Kim
I know you
Basinger?
love this. I know you like this. No, not that old.
Okay.
I know you like this when you hear the inside dude language.
Yeah,
okay?
tell me.
Dudes like. Porn is like out now.
Cool.
I don't know if you
I
knew
support
that. I know
that.
you don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know you don't like porn. By the way, you should see the look I got from Angelo.
He's like, no,
it's
it's
the first time he's paid attention to us in 2 months. It's just that one line. He goes, he did a Scooby. Porn's out?
not.
He did a total Scooby. The porn is out. I hate to tell you, my friend. Well, wait till you
he's
hear.
like, check my browser history. It's not out.
Bullshit, I leave no browser history.
Yeah, delete.
He's
delete.
smart enough because he's a tech guy
Yeah.
to delete the browser
Yeah.
history. Unlike me, by the way, who got caught by my 15-year-old.
Ew, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
he goes, he goes, Dad, I need to borrow. I got to do a PowerPoint for school.
Ugh.
And apparently, and PowerPoint starts with P-O. So up pops Pornhub. Maybe there'll be a sponsor. Some Pornhub came out. And so he busted me. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as being caught in the act. But look, it's been months because of the baby and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the insight I was going to give you. So maybe Anthony will agree with this. Well, I think it's fading out. At least it is when you have kids catching you. So no, this is my theory, and maybe people will agree with me. There's a lot of dudes around here. We are more turned on by, I'm going to use this term, civilians than we are porn stars. Anybody with me on that? Because porn stars, by the way, I want to be a writer for porn stars. They should hire new dialogue writers. How many times can you hear, literally since the beginning of porn, it's like back to the 30s, people that have been dead, their grandchildren are dead, these porn actresses yelling, oh God, oh baby, you're the best, oh, all that.
Yeah.
Can't we have like a new scream? Like, I don't know, something different, you know, then maybe.
I mean, isn't that like the natural sounds that would probably typically come out?
Well, no,
they're trying to emulate.
But
like
I'm saying, do unnatural sounds, make up your own sounds, be original. That's what I'm saying. It's like they have the same lines every single time. So even the sounds make a
That is so weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm making this up.
I mean,
I'm not saying these are the ones you used, but at least those two were original. Okay? So I would watch something if I watch the porn, for instance, right?
If
I watch the porn.
When
I don't
you
watch
did
it
last
anymore.
Wednesday.
If I heard now you tell me. You wouldn't keep watching. Because you're going to see the same thing anyway all the time, but don't tell me you're now adding laughter to the whole experience. You're elongating your experience as well, because everybody wants to get to the good stuff.
I'm really trying to follow your logic.
Really?
On this. Yeah. Like what you said.
I think I'm being very logical. I'm getting a lot of bad looks from everyone around here, so apparently I'm way off on this.
You're trying
Audience
to get
of one
people
is
to
out,
laugh
Angela's
while
out.
watching porn? Is that the objective?
Something different. I'm just saying it's the same, okay?
Well, so mute it and add your own sound effects.
I'm going to add my own. No, I want to hear them be original. I will write it for them if they need to.
Is that what you want? Like the sounds? Is that what's important? Isn't
Why
it the
are we
images?
off topic?
I don't know. So how's porn out?
It's fading because, first of all, the porn actresses that were paid all this money, they used to make an absolute fortune for a while. Jenna Jameson, I happen to know her personally, huge money maker, right?
Okay.
But now everybody is into amateur, and nobody wants to pay for it anymore. So your films that don't have any, this is what I'm getting at, they don't have any original dialogue in them. We don't care that what the setup is. Oh, this is somebody who's playing a librarian and the plumber walks in. All right? Oh, the glasses are coming off, the ponytail's out. Here comes the plumber laying pipe. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's just been done. So now it's like cut to what we need is just this amateur situation. So that's what people are into now. Why looking so perplexed?
Because it's still porn. It's not like porn's out. It's just amateurs.
All right. Well, I'm saying the porn as we knew it. How about we say that?
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
How about as we knew it?
Yeah.
Porn is fading, just like everything jeans as we knew it faded, from little writing on the crotch like Caravicci and Gerbeau. It faded away. Okay, everything fades, and porn that you pay for with actresses, it's just going out, unfortunately for them, and they're not making money that they used to. Now they have to do shows, live shows. They're on tour in strip clubs and stuff, shooting ping pong balls. They have to do whatever to make a living.
Yeah, that's too bad.
All right.
Now, yeah.
So I know porn is not your topic that you like.
I don't like him.
So I'm getting back to my son. It's really weird to talk about children and porn in the same exact.
Probably don't.
So I'm looking for
so like this, your woman?
A segue into, okay, so I have an actress who I saw in a movie about 12 years ago where she gave me everything that a porn could ever give me for, for my, what's the word I'm looking for? Fantasy. For my fantasy. Yes, for my Sistine Chapel that I put in my eyelids. This... Yeah, I stepped on a rod. What was that? What that was? So
how'd she give that to you?
Because she was a very good actress who gave full frontal, just standing there in a movie. I want to see if anybody can guess it. Any of those horny guys around us. You can't because you know. Okay.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. No, this is years. I told you it's 12 years ago in a movie. An actress, a regular actress. You were like 9 at the time. I don't know that you were necessarily. You probably.
Dave says Wild Things.
What's that?
Wild Things.
Wild Thing. Very good one, but not it. That is a great one though, because that was a real actress, Denise Richards. By the way, also on my list. It was one time on my list. A very good one, because that was a real one, and they had like a porn-like scene. Unfortunately, Neve Campbell, who I liked even more, would not show Leave It to Beaver.
Sorry, she's classy, maybe.
Well, maybe she is, but she would. She upset me with that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Although we did a movie together called Scream 2, Neve Campbell, and she went downhill because she smokes. And then I got to tell you, then I found out this actress that I'm talking about smokes.
Oh.
But
you smoked forever.
Who cares? I don't want them smoking. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right.
I'm trying to be supportive.
Okay.
In this topic.
Okay. All right. So listen.
Okay. So who showed frontal? Does any of our
audience
know?
So she showed frontal in a
12
movie.
years ago?
In a movie. Anybody want to call us and guess who it is? My son Jared comes home yesterday. Mm-hmm. How'd it go on the big TV show? And he goes, I played basketball with, and he said her name. I said, what? You what? I said, she's on my list. And of course,
then you explained to him what that meant.
I sort of did, but then he goes, well, what about, he was like kind of upset. What about Mama? I go, no, she's at the top of the list. I'm married to her. But this one is on the list. I'm trying to tell a 9-year-old that I have a fantasy list. I'm never going to do it, but.
Does he know about sex?
Yes, he does a little bit, but and with kids you just go kissing. I'd like to kiss this girl.
Oh, so you said kiss.
So yeah, I said she's on the top of my kiss list.
You're gonna make him be a cheater. Is what you're saying?
No. I was very clear. He knows.
Oh sure, a 9-year-old, he knows. He gets it.
No. I said, Jared, you can have crushes still. Look, she's got Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he's
and quite frankly, he's got it much more going on than the one I've chosen.
Okay, so who is this?
Because she's older now. She's older now.
12...
I've had this from 12, 15 years ago when I saw full frontal standing there in this scene. Somebody call and rescue me on this one. By the way, not where I was going with the show. We're going to much more important fare. You won't believe the segue that we're going to have on this one. We're going to have a sound effect of a screeching halt on this.
And U-turn.
Okay, so
yeah,
nobody has a guess. Good one, Dave. That was a good one, but it's not the correct answer. The answer is whole 9 yards. Anybody get me on that one? Whole 9 yards?
Amanda.
Yes.
Pete.
Amanda Pete. She's standing there naked, just talking to Bruce Willis. And
yeah,
I put it on pause. There is not a man in this room who's a straight male, actually gay men too, that have not paused the film at one point. Back in the videotape days, very difficult. Very difficult. You just had to have a whole technique going on. So so he played basketball.
I never wanted more women in the studio as more than now. I wish that there were other ladies.
Why? You want to sort of have a gang up on me of how inappropriate
just
it is?
Look at each other of being like, oh.
How disgusting this is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This coming from, I wish we had
Not
replays of some of the things you say.
Ugh, I don't care.
That's disgusting. That's a sound of disgust, okay?
No, it's like,
oh my God, he's holding it up. That's Amanda Pete naked from Whole 9 Yards, and my son was playing basketball with her.
You guys are such assholes.
What? Oh, now you think it's some sexist thing? A bunch of
ladies. Can a female?
We've had females in here. We've had, listen. What's your perspective right now? What are you feeling? What is so upsetting about this? You talk about sex all the time.
Yeah.
I've actually had people say she has a potty mouth more than mine.
I don't care.
Well, you do care about this, about what I'm saying. You care. You're being them right now to me.
I just have to bring the female perspective.
Okay,
I
which
think.
changes
It changes
a lot.
depending on what the show needs.
Speaking of change is hard,
Change is hard.
especially when it's thrown at you.
Yeah.
Those coins hurt.
Yeah. What?
Change.
Oh, change.
I have had some change happen. Can I get my halt or U-turn sound? We're going way off here.
Okay.
Okay?
Sorry, I don't have tires screeching.
Halt. Try something, some sound effect to keep us to
That's all I have even close to that. I don't have a record scratch. I don't have anything. I need to get those.
Yeah.
So
Had some,
change.
Yeah.
What
had some-
changed?
Well, I'll start with a soft one. My best friends across the street are moving.
Yeah.
And I just saw the moving van there, so when I come home, they will no longer be there.
Aw.
That is upsetting.
Yeah.
Our families love one another.
But they still live in the neighborhood.
They live a couple blocks away.
Oh, see.
I don't care.
Well.
That might as well be the moon. I might as well get a spacesuit to go visit them.
Can you
because
still walk?
It's just different. Yes, I walked there yesterday.
Oh.
It's a real easy walk. It's 2 blocks. I should walk more anyway.
Yeah.
You would think this would be a great motivation.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole, hey neighbor.
Yeah.
It's that whole Pleasantville thing. Hi, neighbor.
Yeah.
How are you? Can I have a cup of sugar? Well, that would be if we weren't all eco and stuff like that and healthy. We would see a cup of sugar. Yeah, maybe tofu or something, you
Yeah.
know. They're vegans.
Yeah.
Any vegan recipes you want to share with us? They would bring their vegan dishes over to us. Probably not going to happen as much or at all anymore. All right, so that life as we knew that changed, okay? Now the next, I am going to do my best today. I'd like to dedicate part of this show to my friend who passed away.
What about the top of the show about all the porn stuff? Is that included in the dedication? I just want to know what type of friend it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'd be fine with that.
All right, cool.
He'd be way fine with that.
So the whole
okay,
show.
Sarah?
Yeah.
You can take my little memorial and sadness and toss it into the porn heap.
And just make
If that's what
specific.
you okay, that's if you'd
Yeah.
like to do that.
Okay.
That's great because you're keeping it lighter than I was about to go because I have sobbed like you. I've never thought I could sob like this than when I got the news the other day. I
Okay.
dropped to my knees and I had a full-on cry.
Who was it?
He's one of my best friends that I'd known since 3rd grade. And this is part of my group. You know, I always tell you the stories about my group going away. We talked about it last week about our one trip to Vegas and stuff. And something told me on this last trip, and I made sure that 9 of us went on this one. I said, you guys got to go to this one because I had a feeling, I had an instinct it would be his last because he was diagnosed with lung cancer
Oh, he was?
and non-smoker lung cancer. Now, there's a picture of us on one of our last trips. That was our Florida. You know, that gives you an idea of, they just put up on the screen. That gives you an idea of how we played. We were very playful as a group. And I said on my Facebook, you know, when I posted that bowling, you know, when it rains on your plans, go bowling. You know, we just ad-libbed, and here we were with
Yeah.
our little Magellan rent-a-car with the, you know, we just put in bowling.
Yeah.
We're driving around West Palm Beach looking for a bowling alley, and, you know, we're a bunch of idiot middle-aged dudes balding or some completely bald, some on the way. And,
Yeah.
you know, I like the way people say it's thinning. It's not thinning. It's leaving.
It's
It's not on Slim Fast for hair. It's okay. It's not okay.
I just looked at yours.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I
Is
know.
it thinning
Of
or
course
is it leaving?
It's okay. It's all right. I'm still hanging in there. You can see in that picture, old Mike there, the big guy. He's completely. I don't know if he shaves it or not, but that's gone. He used to have a big lion's mane. We called him the Lion, the Cowardly Lion. Does he look like a lion? The big dude with the bald head, the bald.
Yeah, he looks attractive, I think.
Oh, really?
I guess.
Well, the guy on guy on the way left is Cerami, my best buddy.
Oh.
But not him. But the guy right next to him is Rob Horner, and he died on Monday.
And when was he diagnosed with
3.5
lung
years
cancer?
ago. And I'm one of these guys. You know me. I'm an optimist, and there's no way, especially of all people, him. You know, if you're going to have a list of people, another friend died this week as well, and he would be on the top of your list of people that you would expect to die young. Never took care of himself, big partier, and you know, that's what you would expect from somebody like that. So when you got the news, they're both kind of iconic in our high school. When you get the news of one, I mean, of course you're disappointed and a tad upset, but when you hear about this healthy guy that you remember with an undefeated wrestling team and we're about to maybe lose. They had won 52 in a row, which is like ridiculous. And he gets out there and he blows his knee out. And the whole place is in silence. We're just, oh my God, we're done. We're going to lose. And he pops his knee back in. He goes and he just does this move on the guy, pins him like that. That was it. And we won the championship. And that's the kind of guy he is. So you're thinking, oh, he's going to pop the knee back in, you know, with the cancer, so to speak. And that's what I lived in hope and faith that would happen. But one little instinct in me said, let's get together, guys. You got to go on this. I organized a Florida trip and to the Tampa area. And, man, did we laugh. And one of the things that happened was he brought pot cookies because that's what they give you. And they give you pot cookies for the chemo treatment. But idiot Steve, he thinks they're dessert. And he treats it like it's Twinkies.
Yeah.
He treats it like, oh, I'm really hungry. I need dessert. So he starts piling them down, having no idea that they're laced with all this marijuana, so Rob can be okay with his nausea and so forth. He gets so blitzed that it was as if he had Novocaine, like overdosed on Novocaine, and was speaking in tongues, like, you know, ancient tongues.
Yeah.
See, and he had no idea that he was talking this way. Like we would go, hey, Steve, you want to go out?
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. And we would go, oh my God, he can't talk. He's mocking me. And he's looking at us like, what is wrong with you laughing at me? I'm speaking perfectly clear, and it was no exaggeration. And we're all looking around. You needed a translator. We were on the floor laughing, and he had no idea he was that high. And finally, he just goes, I think I'm high.
You are freaking out, man.
I think I'm high. So, yeah, what gave you the clue, Steve? But Steve is one of the core guys. Actually, me, Steve, and Rob all lived together at one time, and Mike. You know, we lived together with this girl named Chumley, and we just have so much Chumley, and we had so much fun living together, and so many great stories of just, you know, male bonding at its best. You know, where it's filled with laughter and joy, and it's what he represented. And anyway, he. One time we went away on this trip. Have you ever had anybody die, Sarah, that young or a friend? Have you ever had this happen?
Not really, no.
Yeah, you think when you're your age or even my age, you're going to live a long time. That's what you figure, especially someone who's healthy, non-smoker, blah, blah. So we made a deal one time. This is what's so odd about it. Which is I've held on to this since 1981. I took them on. I won a cruise, a Windjammer cruise, where you sail through the Bahamas on this giant ship, and you help them with you're supposed to. I was just drinking. I didn't care about helping them. That was part of the appeal. You know, winds, sails left, and all this. You know, jibbing and jabbing. Whatever. I don't care. Just give me a pina colada and a rum coke. You know, whatever it is. I want the island fare like that, okay? Yeah. And that's what we did. We got blitzed. Actually, the guy, one of these, they resort certify you for scuba diving. And they resort certified me and Drunken Rob. We're both drunk. They certified us for a full dive on our second day. Full dive. We went 95 feet.
Oh, wow.
And I have bad sinuses, so I was bleeding, but you lose color down that low.
Yeah.
And I had no idea, and I went back up. I'm going, oh my God, I'm starting to get paranoid. I'm going to have the bends or whatever the hell they call it. I'm going up too fast, and they're going, slow down, you know.
Yeah.
Talking like Steve on marijuana cookies. That's how you talk underwater. So anyway, I get up, and they go, your mask is filled with blood. But down below, I don't know if you noticed, you lose the color red.
Oh, I didn't know
that.
Yeah,
you don't. There is no color down that low. We were all at 95 feet, and they resort certified us. So that was the first thing that happened on the trip. And then they had a talent contest, which that's why we were there to begin with. I won a talent contest, and I took Rob as my guest.
What was your talent?
Well, at that time, you know, I was starting to do stand-up comedy. It was my famous celebrities smoking pot.
Oh.
That's what got us there.
Can you give us a couple?
So because, well, I'll tell you what happened on the boat. So they said, well, we're having a talent contest, but they didn't know I was a professional. But I didn't want to really, I didn't want to go that way. So you know what I did? I said, Rob, how about you and I do a skit together? And this is a real, kind of straight guy. He was always the laugher of the group. I posted this on Facebook. You need that just as much as you need the jokers.
Yeah.
Like the jokers, if you're going to see, let me see the little group here. It's me, Cerami, jokers, and everybody else, semi-jokers, but mostly, adding to the whole flow. You have to have a flow.
Yeah.
This is what's important with people in audiences. You're just as important as the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you get your joke. We call it, let's get the jokes rolling. That's what Steiny. Let's get the jokes rolling. So we get the jokes rolling, and everybody, that's how the roll happens. It's a roll, and it's an energy, and it's a flow that exists. So I said, Rob, why don't you go on stage with me? Not a performer whatsoever. And he goes, what are we going to do? And I go, I got it. How about, because he knew my act so well, my celebrity smoking pot, which I had done for everybody 19,000 times. I would get up anywhere and do it back then. I was like 20 years old or whatever. And he goes, what do I do? I said, you be my ventriloquist doll. And we'll make you look like a ventriloquist. So these women that we met on the boat, they made his eyes up to look like a ventriloquist dummy, and they took, where the jaw goes, on the how that thing flaps.
Mm-hmm.
They had, eyeliner that they put down there. So he sits on my lap. So I start the audience off with some jokes, and he's doing nothing. He's just there like a puppet.
Yeah.
And I go, I bet you're wondering who this is. This is my alter ego. Rob, say hello. And then I would press his back when I wanted his mouth to open.
Yeah.
And I would go, hello, hello. By the way, P's are very hard,
Well, yeah,
like,
keep going.
My name's the Teeter. It's more like you think it's Teeter. Teeter. So anyway.
What is he saying?
Peter.
Peter. Okay.
You don't want to do Peter Piper pick the peckers as a ventriloquist. It'll come out with Teeter tackle tickle tackle tackle tackle. You'll not the. So anyway, I'm not the best ventriloquist in the world. I'm not claiming to be.
Yeah.
So anyway, he sits on my lap, and I pressed his back every time I wanted him to open up his mouth. And then I said, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm tired. So I went in back of him with the microphone, and he now wakes up as the dummy and does my act with all of the pot smoking gestures and everything as a dummy. And I'm back there, I'm hiding behind him like this on the microphone.
Yeah.
Going, how'd it go? Like Barney Fife, here you go, Curly. And then he's going he's trying to do this and stuff. He's like a guy that works in the Mack truck business, and he's going, whoop, 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 whoop. But it's my voice. He's just lipping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marijuana. And we did it with the whole, obviously we won the contest.
Did you win?
Whoa, yeah. We won going away.
Oh, going away.
We slaughtered everybody because it was a prepared bit, and with him doing the ventriloquist thing, and then we went and we celebrated and we started gambling on this island. And then I turned to him, I go, "Do you have any money?" He goes, "I don't have any money." I go, "I don't either." We had no money. We couldn't get off the island that the boat brought us to. So he had to go around with a hat. I had to do celebrity smoking pot in a casino on the steps.
You're kidding.
And he's walking around with a hat. Contribute, get us off the island. We couldn't get off the island unless I made money. I've done that before 3 times now, where we're flat broke. It happened twice in Florida, where 2 trucks broke down, and I had to perform and win a contest to get home.
Awesome.
Yeah, fortunately, this has paid off to do this little celebrity smoking pot bit, which has been everywhere now. But I retired that part of my act. But anyway, Rob was always there for things like that. You know what I mean? And we just. My first airplane ride was his father paid for it because he flew us out to San Francisco from Philadelphia. We had to drive Mack trucks back. I didn't know how to drive a freaking Mack truck, but his father trusted me. I was 21 years old.
What's a Mack truck?
A big, giant rig. They're called Mack. You ever see the Mack? It's got a big bulldog on it.
So
his father
semis?
owned a Mack truck company.
Okay.
The big things that pull, the big trailers. Well,
18-wheelers.
Yeah, 18-wheelers.
Great.
Yeah, 15, 18, whatever. And you got to switch a lot of gears. And we had to tow 2 of them and take one and tow 2 of them. They're piggybacked. So we always had to be facing forward.
Yeah.
The whole trip, 3,000 miles, you had to face forward. You could not park anywhere where you had to back up or you jackknife.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I go, hey, park back there, and like an idiot. And he goes, uh-oh. And we got back there, nowhere to go. Next thing I know, I see Rob. He was always one of these guys. He goes, I'm not gonna take no for an answer. He drove across the Holiday Inn lawn. And I'm like running after, going, wait. He's like, get in. And then we like tore out of there. It was like planes, trains, automobiles. And then we stopped for a dip in the lake. And he takes his shirt and he pulls it off. And all of a sudden the keys to all 3 machines flew into the lake. And he goes, hold my hand. And of course, typical 21-year-old goes, what are you, a Mo? They call it homo.
Yeah.
Back there, what are you, Mo? And he goes, no, hold my hand. He had to hold my hand, so he had to reach into the water, and it was just on this little tiny rock.
Oh,
that's where the keys were. All the machinery was there, and that was back with no cell phones. We were in the middle of Utah. And, yeah. I'm not going to take a break right now, all right? He keeps holding up the break sign, because I just want to finish up with Rob. It was really, really difficult to accept that guy is no longer here and the impact that he had on everyone's life, because he was, as Steiny, my friend, says, he was a local celeb. You know how you probably had them in your high school. They're just sort of celebrity-like for that area.
Yeah.
They're either an athlete or there's just something very popular about them.
Yeah.
Well, he had everything, including really good-looking, great athlete, friend to a lot of people, and he grew up in a mansion. And he never let you know it. Like, I mean, he had the advantages of it. I mean, he had a van. He's getting laid in that damn van all the time. So he had this really like cool van that he had tricked out and everything with beds in the back. And so he had mini bikes and all that kind of stuff. But he was never one to flaunt it, or like one time a friend, he says, yeah, come on up, I'll show you my place. And everyone always wanted to see the place because it's a mansion. It was the only one in our area.
Yeah.
And he's given a tour and he goes, here, I'll show you the servants' quarters. And you walk in, it's his goofy brother in his underwear. You know. There were no servants, and he was basically saying he's a real humble guy and always was until the end. And I guess he must have known that he was about to check out, because a few weeks ago he asked me for Ricky's address, this other friend of ours. And I go, okay. And then I got something in the mail with it, you know, a note and then a little handwritten thing. It says, I'll see you in Sellersville. That's where I'll be in a couple weeks in Philadelphia. See in Sellersville, because he frequently came to the shows and loved to laugh. And he was making arrangements to do that. And then he sent us a whole bunch of people, like 100 people, a book, a spiritual book.
What one?
The Energy Bus.
I don't know that one.
And as I'm reading it, I'm just going, oh, my God, I know what this is. This is the legacy that he wants to leave us with. That's what he wants to leave us with, is this memory. And they carry this message of bringing positive energy to everyone, and that's the impact that you'll make on everyone. And energy follows thought, and make your thoughts into positive ones, and that's what will manifest. So I thought that was really an amazing thing to do for his last thing on the planet. I think he knew, and then suddenly he was in remission on certain things, but you know, doing an integrative approach to his condition, but he started coughing blood, and I think he knew. And I believe that many people are that much in touch with themselves that they realize that they're going to go. So I don't think the timing, it was just like a week before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a week before we all got these books.
Oh, wow.
And I think it was saying, and then he went in the hospital, and then he was on life support. And that was a really tough thing, too, because I just kept thinking of him. I was doing yoga, and I'm going, every time I breathe, I was thinking of him not breathing and him breathing on a machine. It was just really, I must be cried out, because I'm surprised I'm not crying right now with the reflection of this, because it was really, it just hit very, very hard. I just hit my knees the minute I found out, the second I found out. And my wife just put her arms around me, and she cried with me, you know. I just bawled my eyes out. And I haven't cried in a very, very long time, like that especially, because I was almost afraid of letting go of that, like turning on that faucet. because I thought it would be infinite and not stop.
Right.
I really had that fear. And I have to tell you, if anything, they always say that it's a good thing to do. Whoever they are, they of the higher thinking people say, no, I mean, really, a lot of lower thinking people like some of my idiots that I know, we cried about, that's what people, people want to, a lot of people don't really accept that very well, and that's in my mind. What are you crying about?
Right.
That kind of thing. And you have nothing to cry about. People have it worse than you, and I just didn't even care about any of that thought this time.
Right.
I just went, this is what's happening. This is where I am in the now. This is where I'm in the now with you, and that's what it is. But I definitely, the next day, I woke up, believe it or not, with an energy, with this energy shift that took place, realizing what he left was this legacy and every memory that we share. I never had one disagreement with him.
Oh, ever?
We lived together. We started on hold advertising. We created that together. People don't realize that. We invented that. It was not, it had never existed before. And we came up with this idea of, instead of if you call a company, let's say you call Wiseman Chevrolet. That was the first fake tape I made. Wiseman Chevrolet. Thank you for calling Wiseman Chevrolet. If you're listening to a radio show and they go to a commercial, it could be for your Cataldi Buick or a Cataldi Chevrolet, which is your competitor. So we're saying, let us do what people are going to hear, wiper blade specials and tire specials and all that. So we'll let people know that it's great advertising because they're already basically your client. They're calling you. They're put on hold. We created something called the Hold Company. Ended up with 10,000 clients worldwide, all high school friends. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and we started together in a garage. Just it didn't go as far as Steve Jobs. It started a garage. We didn't quite go that far, but we went beyond a cassette tape. We took it, into the next, next millennium, and it's still going. It's not called that anymore. Then it was called Audio Max, and then they were just acquired by someone else. Me and Rob and Ken, the original founders, sold out to Anthony, who's still another Anthony. Actually, he's in the photo too. Anthony Stagliano. He then became the CEO. We all grew up together. So it was we have basically a family business. And also Rob was there when every weekend 4 of us went to my father's 2 hours away to start his mule ranch.
Oh, wow.
And my father, as you know, but maybe people don't know, he created this sort of a cultish thing. They called it his harem. He had a whole load of women, and the people go, did I tell you the time I went to the Poconos and the guys give me a tour? He goes, I hadn't seen my dad in years. He goes, I saw a racquetball here, and here you can play your horseshoes. And he goes, oh my gosh, that's the Pennsylvania accent. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's A.J. Shoemaker in his harem. What's that nut doing here? And I got to say these words, that's my dad. And there's my dad, hadn't seen him in years. Struts up. Now he has a cowboy hat, thinks he's this mule skinner. And he stole my cheese tray. You know how you get a complimentary cheese tray? He goes up, he goes, the girls back at the camp will love this. I go, well, I love it too. It's got Gouda. It's got your provolone. He starts naming the cheeses and the lunch meats. He took it in his, he used to drive a limousine. He wasn't the driver. He bought a limousine, so people thought that he was rich. Something special. He bought this old limousine. He would always have something. He gave me an ambulance once. Blakely Borough ambulance was an old Cadillac. He was a very, very eccentric guy that did a number of businesses. Well, one of them is he's riding a horse one day, and he goes, mules. Suddenly he's got 75 mules, and he takes people on mule rides. Pocono Adventures on mules in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. And Rob Horner was there with me for the establishment of the business, but took it further. He became my father's son.
What?
My father doesn't like me and doesn't speak to me. Rob is his son, which is adds even more to this.
For real? He calls him his son?
Well, it's totally his son. Doesn't speak to me, and Rob, all the way up until the end, by the way, one of the last things he also did in his legacy is he tried to get me together with my father. But as Rob said, he's a stubborn one. and that's just my mom and my dad are just locked into kind of old paradigms and old ways of thinking and old resentments. That's their big thing. They're so locked into it. And my thought on even Rob's death is, come on, it's time to heal here. Isn't this an example of how life should go on? Isn't this our lesson here? Wouldn't that be what he would want? You're basically your son, Rob, who he respected. He was in business with him. They owned property together and so forth. And that's who he communicated with. He never communicated with me, my father. And
Did you feel angry at Rob?
No, zero. No, jealous a little bit. Like, geez, no, but not towards him. Like, Dad, how wrong is that? It's just like my mom is friends with my ex-wife, but not my current wife or me. It's the same. It's a sick thing, Sarah. It's just a sick pond that I don't want to fish in anymore. I get food poisoning.
Did Rob have kids? And
he's got kids, wife, everything. And then and they're all left behind. Now, I just talked to his widow on the way here, and she gave the endorsement when I said I'm going to talk about him today, and she said. And the other thing is I had a decision to make because you won't believe this, but our blessing for our daughter, who was just born, on people flying in from Japan and Seattle and elsewhere is Saturday, and that's his funeral. Back in Philly. And she told me, she goes, there's no way you're coming here. She goes, you go celebrate that life.
Wow.
And that's what Rob would want.
Wow.
And she gave me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was a tough decision, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go. I'll include him in the ceremony. Kelly's doing it. Kelly Carlin, who married us and did the other blessing for Jackson. But I want him to be a part of this because it really is. That is how he stood in his life. Is he says. Celebrate every day, your life, and do it with other friends and friends who are family and family. And that's what he believed in, and I do too. That's one of the things that kept us together since third grade is that basic promise to self and that basic foundation of what's important is to have those memories and establish those memories. It's why I make sure that we go on those trips every year with our friends. And we have one in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go back to Philadelphia and perform, and we're already organizing a group where we can get together and just laugh our asses off about all this, about the old stories. A lot of them I won't tell on the air. I'll save those for the group because, they just involve really stupid, silly, drunken, high stuff. Yeah. And not everybody needs to hear those. One time we're in the Hamptons. One time we're in the Hamptons and we're trying to score on these two Irish girls right off the boat. Yeah. And it was like one of those. There are things that happen in life that are kind of like God's cock blocks. Yeah. And there were three of us and two of them, and we were kind of battling. Rob was always, the most handsome, so he was going to have one of them. Yeah. But then it was between me and Steve for the other one. And then we're in this. I broke into this spa type of thing with a sauna and everything. We're in there. We had wine, and we're having a great old time. And and they. And then the glass breaks, and the girl, it was like the worst. All of a sudden, she cuts her foot open, like wide open. And we're all going, I hope that's just a flesh wound because this is really going to put a damper on my plans for her later. And I'll never forget it. Her other friend goes, she's got a contusion, like right out of Lucky Charms. Yeah. She's got a contusion. And I'm going, that's more than, I don't know what contusion is in Ireland, but that's a big old wound. And we had to take her to the hospital. End of that story. Yeah. Somebody's calling us. Let's see who it is. Anthony. Hello.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi. Anthony. I thought you were my friend Anthony, who's in the picture there on our screen there, who is a part of our team, but you're part of my team as an adult.
Well, sorry to disappoint you, but
no, you're part of my new team. It's ever forming, and that's how life works. You got your old friends who remain your friends, and you have your new friends like Anthony and Sarah, And you guys are my friends, and we'll have stories to tell someday.
I'm sure we will. I just wanted to call and say that I love you guys, and I love you especially, Shu. So I just wanted to give you that.
That's it? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anthony, I really appreciate. I've missed you. I had a major Anthony thought just yesterday. My major Anthony thought was, where's Anthony? I was hoping you were still with us. Are you digging this new set? It's kind of cool, isn't it?
I am. Everything seems to be working out and smoothing out. Things are getting better.
Yeah, and we're having a lot of fun. I know he's been with us since the very beginning 2 years ago.
He also
almost
started
to the month.
these web videos.
What?
These gay web videos. They're not gay. It's him and another. What are they called, Anthony?
Oh, it's a YouTube series called The Weekly Bitch. I do it with my best friend Tim.
Oh, I like that.
Two gay guys bitching about.
I love that title. I have an idea, Anthony. I'm going to set it right now. Okay, this is the way I get to see you. Come to Philadelphia. A little long for you. You come in from Arizona to here, and you be a guest.
Oh.
Okay. You two do the bitch in here.
I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm more than okay with it. I'm going to make that happen. You know what I love about my job?
Hilton, he could be our weekly.
Well, that's
bitch
what I'm saying is we can't do it the weekly bitch because he lives in Arizona, but I would like him to be in here as much as you possibly can. Can you make it here on a Wednesday?
Yeah, just let me know when.
I'm letting you know. Every single week you're invited.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
I don't. Boy, you shot that down fast. I feel like I'm asking you on a date here.
I'd love to go out with you, but I can't do it every week.
Oh, just use me as you will.
Could he call in?
No, I want him to come in. Look, how about that's typical Shoemaker.
You can Skype in.
No.
You don't want him to Skype in?
Folks, I know you love solutions. I'm going to come up with my Craig Shoemaker solution that I want to make this happen. I want Anthony to be here.
Yeah, we all do, but he's coming in October.
Would you wait? Okay, would you wait? I know. I love that you're giving me all the inside poop on your friend Anthony that I didn't know, and I'm starting to get jealous now, like I am with Rob and my father. So, no, so you and Anthony have been seeing each other, I see. That's okay. I'm all right with that. So listen, Anthony. You just pick a time. You know how to get a hold of me, okay? You're going to pick a time, and you're going to come in here. I want the bitch. What's it called? The weekly bitch?
Weekly bitch.
Well, we're going to have the weekly bitch. We'll call it the monthly bitch, whatever the hell it is. You come in here, and you do that, all right?
That works for me.
Works for me.
I will clarify with him because I also do it with him, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Tough to lose people you love, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, I lost my dad almost 20 years ago, and
wow.
I'm still feeling the effects today. I lost a best friend right out of high school.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that feeling of really you can't pick up the phone again, or really I can't have that connection again. But you have to, I believe, you have to keep the connection to spirit alive, and that's why I'm not as upset today as I was, because I understand that there always will be that. And I used to not believe that when people said it. But it's not until today, because he's probably the closest to me. I've had other close and relatives and stuff like that. But this is the one that's really like friend, the deep talks, which got deeper, by the way, in like the last 8 years. Same books we were reading, kind of a similar path, a lot of alignment. And we were going down, which was really weird for me to think, wow, I thought he had everything. But no, he didn't. And that was a big lesson for me to know, is this is a guy, I mean, seriously, he had like major looks and everything you could probably. He married his dream girl way back from his dream girl from college. They've been married for a long time. They had kids right away, 3 kids, the beautiful house, successful business, all of it. And you're thinking, this guy's done, He's got it all. Mm-hmm. And no, kept going, and then left us with that book called The Energy Bus.
Did he write it?
No. He read it, and he goes, I thought you would all get something from this, or I thought you would all enjoy this. And I have. I've read, I keep reading it. I mean, it's just, it's a very simple book, by the way, and I think it's another reason he sent it to some of us simpletons. He needed to send it to us. Anthony, love you a lot, and I want you to get in touch with me when we're not on the air, okay?
I will do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for calling. Call me sir one more time, I'll slap your gay ass. Not in that way.
Yeah.
Call me sir. We have a live read right now?
Yeah.
We do? Yeah, you can speak. I think Sarah intimidated him. By the way, check out this shirt. Isn't this nice?
Oh, yeah. I
like
have one on,
this.
too.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This
You were
is
complaining
nice, too.
earlier.
Not
You didn't tell me you actually had one on.
complaining about what?
Oh, I heard it as a complaint. You went, wow, how do I get one of those shirts? And here you have one.
I didn't. Yeah,
That's
I
how I
love
heard
it.
it.
I wasn't complaining. I
It's
love
from
it.
Bobium.
It's beautiful.
It's for each individual Bobium product sold. A share of the proceeds goes back into the power of the creative arts for our youth.
Right, because artists,
For
they
our
design
youth.
these, right? And so
Yes,
then a
look at this.
percentage goes back to the artists
really
that
funny
design.
coffee cup and things like that.
These are kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
And look, check this out.
By the way,
What are
Sarah,
these called again?
they're koozies.
Koozies.
Yeah, it just sounds dirty, sexy, sexual. Yeah, I got some koozies.
This is good
I
because
got
these
some-
bottles are
It
hot.
doesn't sound right.
It's really hot. I love it. It's all very beautiful. I love this coffee cup, this mug.
Isn't it
Isn't that
nice?
beautiful?
Isn't it nice when we get sent things?
Do they have the artist on the?
I don't know about that. Yeah, well, you'll find out about
Yeah.
that. But that's not. They're not our sponsors, but they're very nice to donate to us and watch our show and rate us on iTunes, like all of you will do. Thank you.
Bobium.
And by the way, we have really cool guests. We've never had this. Oh, yeah, we had one other married couple on, I think.
The
Maybe two.
Keckners.
The Keckners. Very good.
Mhm.
Good. That's a good trivia answer. That was from a year and a half ago. Was I rude to point? You were just trying to bite my finger off? Anthony Fedorov and Jen Paz, which means peace, by the way.
Paz?
I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know it until recently. They're a married couple. She's from Miss Saigon and other things and Broadway shows, and he's from American Idol.
Are they gonna sing?
Of course they're going to sing.
Yes.
You know me.
And
Mr.
are you gonna sing with them?
I probably might be too embarrassed.
Because they might be amazing.
Well, that is going to happen. The amazement is going to happen. Don't I have to read something before we... What am I reading?
We're on the way back.
I'll do it on the way back. We're going to take a little break. Thank you all for being with us and for this first hour that was not sponsored by, but it was in honor of my friend Rob Horner. And I miss you, buddy. And I love you. And we all do. And we all do. And I just, it's like one of those I know you're up there kind of things. Because he's in here.
Mhm.
It's in here that they exist. Somebody who passes away. They're right with you all the time if you just connect with that heart and open up that heart space. But yeah, we got a lot of fun coming up. We're gonna do some singing and celebrating, and with Anthony Fedorov and Jen Paz coming right up after this.
Awesome.
Complete system of products designed to make losing weight easy and pleasant. It's called System LS.
All right.
Okay? System LS products are natural and organic. Another thing we discuss in the book is go organic. Go things that are made from the earth. And that's what's great. And now you feel lighter and more energized throughout your day because you're eating something that doesn't have chemicals in it that take you down, that have the addictive qualities. This is not even part of my copy. They have addictive qualities in them. And that's why we eat more, because they do that. They put, I don't know what they put in there. Let me get back to the
Addictive
read.
qualities.
Yes.
They put in there.
Something cracky. I swear.
It
Girl
is in
Scout
the same-
cookies, Girl Scout cookies. You cannot tell me there's not something in a Girl Scout cookie. I know that girls don't know this, but they're dealers. I'm telling you, I go through a sleeve of those like, Angelo, you with me on Girl Scout cookies? No, you're not. Not doesn't do it for you. Okay, they do it for me, but I have switched now to System LS. They carry all kinds of products. Instead of eating those cookies, you have protein bars. We tasted one last week.
So good.
Sarah will give you the testimony on that. You get 24/7 support. Who ever heard of that? Okay, so it's like you have.
Yeah, you have a support team to call. You
have
can make
Overeaters Anonymous sponsor
danger
without being an
calls.
Overeaters Anonymous.
It's
You
like
could-
the suicide hotline.
Yes, I'm about to eat something really bad, and they give you motivation and coaching. access to a special mobile app. How crazy is that?
That's amazing.
Visit systemls.com. Put in our offer code and you get 10% off the products. Our offer code is SHOE10. That's shoe like you put on your feet, and the number 10 like I'm sitting next to.
Hey! Good
Hey!
one.
Holla!
I appreciate it.
Do I have segues?
Yeah.
So do that for yourself and do it for us, and you'll help our show. And that's it, System LS. I'm on the shakes.
Cool boy than a pop star, but he had something.
The thing that sets me apart from a lot of other people, when I was little, I couldn't breathe. I had a lot of complications with my health. And to make the long story short, the doctor said that I would probably never speak again. And not only I'm speaking, but I was lucky enough to get a voice, and here I am, I'm singing, so.
Hi. Anthony, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Anatoly.
Finally.
Come
Been
in.
watching you guys on TV for so long.
Come in.
How do we pronounce your name?
You can call me Anthony. That's my, yeah.
Anthony, why are you here?
I'm here to be the next American Idol. I'm here hopefully to do my best, and I hope you guys are going to be impressed with what I have to offer.
So you woke up this morning and thought, I am going to sail through this competition because I am what they are looking for.
Yes, sir.
Really?
I'm hoping that.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
This is your destiny.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And what are you going to sing?
Angel by John Cicada.
Okay, off you go.
I carry the future, but I still wanna hold you close. Right now, I need that from you. And baby, I try to forget you, but the light of your eyes still shines. You shine like an angel, spirit that won't let me go.
Paula was just saying she's right, that you remind us of Clay Aiken.
Somebody told me that at work the other day.
Yeah.
The most amazing thing is a tracheotomy, and doctors told you that you'd never speak again.
Yeah, you know, it
Now
was a
you're singing.
What's that?
Now you're singing.
Yeah, it was a tragedy when I was little, but it's, you know.
You made it through.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant
You do
voice.
remind me a bit of Clay. Okay, LL, yes on that.
Absolutely. I liked the performance. I thought it was slick.
Paula?
I think you're a brilliant vocalist. I can't wait to see you back in Hollywood.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to say yes. You're through to Hollywood.
Welcome to Hollywood, baby.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you in Hollywood.
Привет.
There it is. The boy with the miracle voice is going to Hollywood.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey.
I'm excited. Did you see that clip?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you missed it. There was a clip of Anthony Fedorov, our guest, when he did American Idol, and he was one of the finalists, but it showed his audition, you know, that first one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's
You
awesome.
missed it. And then when he walks out with the yellow sheet of paper, and we'll talk to him about that. He's about to come up. I want to hear, I always love Inside Poop.
Yeah.
And they have a poop song, by the way. And he's now married to another singer, Jen Paz.
Who he said his better half.
His better half.
Yeah.
I'm going with better 2/3.
2/3.
I've met her already. Yeah. Better 2/3.
She's pretty.
Yes, she's happening. Listen, Sarah, I know you rushed in to hear this, but hey, fellas.
Are you looking to spice things up in the bedroom? Oh, yeah. Time to add some paprika, baby. Oh, yeah. That's a spice for everything nice, baby. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bring in some frankincense and miraculous sex, baby. You've been fantasizing about surprising your lover with an adventurous new toy or adult movie? Oh, yeah.
Here's an offer you won't be able to resist. Go to Adam and Eve. AdamandEve.com. That's just one, AdamandEve.com. For a limited time only, you'll get 50% off just about any item.
Wow.
Just about any item. So just get in there and go see what you get 50% off on.
That ain't all, baby. That's the offer folded in half. Yeah. When you select an item at 50% off, you get 3 free adult DVDs, baby. Oh, yeah. They're extended length. Oh. Plus, you get a free gift so sexy we can't even mention it here, baby. Adam and Eve will give you free shipping. Oh, yeah. You're gonna need a tugboat to get this shipping, baby. Oh, yeah. Permission to come aboard. Use an offer code. Go to adamandeve.com and put in laugh. Open up and say, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, God. That's awesome.
I'll take your temperature with a meat thermometer, baby.
Can't look at you. Once again, you get 50% off almost any item. 3 free DVDs and a free super sexy gift and free shipping. Visit adamandeve.com today. Be one of their over 7.4 million satisfied customers.
Satisfied so good, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Your neighbor will have a smoke, baby.
adamandeve.com. I'm finished, Sarah. You can look up.
Wow. Ooh, that's uncomfortable.
You wanted to come in? Oh, doorbell's ringing. Who's coming? Someone's knocking a door. Oh, someone's ringing the bell. Hello. Hi, Dave. It's Dave. Dave brought some. They're already singing. Sit down, my friends. Anthony Fedorov, Jen Paz, hello.
Hey.
I just have to apologize, although you're married to a Philadelphian, so he must mispronounce your name too. Paz is very hard for us to say in Philadelphia because we have many pronunciations, don't we?
Actually, I've asked my dad, like, how do we pronounce my last name? And he says bus.
Bus.
That's what
I
his
speak a little
accent
bit of
says.
Spanish. So
Like like driving a bus?
Bus.
Bus.
Jennifer Bus.
What language is that?
It's Filipino.
Oh.
It's actually Spanish. It means peace.
Are you Filipino?
I'm Filipino.
You know
My
what makes me
boyfriend's
laugh
half Filipino.
You know what cracks me up about the Philippines is like God has a sense of humor because He gave you a country you can't pronounce. It's unbelievable. You have to move up here to the microphone. You know about microphones, Anthony
I
Fedorov.
know about microphones.
But yes, because I'll say, where are you from? And they'll go, the Philippines. Philippines. They say the Philippines. You can't pronounce your own country.
They mix up their P's and their F's all the time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And Philadelphians, you're married to a Philadelphian.
Actually, technically, I'm not married to him.
Yeah, but we're gonna.
Oh, really?
We're setting this up for next year.
He's engaged. I mean, we're engaged. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm engaged.
You have child together.
We have child, so
Okay,
we're
that's
stuck with
married
each
to
other.
me. That's married. You are now way married in my eyes. So whatever.
We're committed.
Okay, so you are committed to someone from Philadelphia, and that's a whole. I have to tell you. I will
Okay.
give you all the insight.
Tell me.
From Mr. Man
You
from
seem
Trevos.
shocked that he was from Trevos.
Well, he doesn't have that vibe about him. He actually has some culture. He has some style, some panache, and all those things. It must be the reflection of you. That's why he said this is my better half. I said I'm going with better 2/3.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Now that I'm with you for a few minutes, I'm going 7/8. Okay,
right,
you're the better
I'll take
7/8.
it.
So, and then we don't know how to pronounce things in Philadelphia. You've heard how you pronounce. Let me see if he does this. Now move up a little bit here. You got to get on the microphone a little bit, Anthony. So here's the thing.
Okay.
We have a word. I'm sure he's told you about this word. It's awful the way we say it. I am pouring a glass of what? What am I pouring here, Anthony?
Water.
Very good. You worked on that with your dialect coach.
I did. I actually stood in front of the mirror. And,
If you tried that in Philadelphia, they would throw you out of the
How do
215.
they usually say it?
Do you know how they say it in Philadelphia?
Let me guess. Can
Really?
I try it?
Yeah, try it. Not many people can do a Philly accent. You don't have to. We don't stutter. We don't stutter. We're not Billy Bibbit from.
Water.
Yeah. That's how they do like Boston,
I
Long
was like
Island.
just doing. I was like
that
East
wasn't
Coast.
bad.
Let me just
That's
do
more
a blank.
Wolf of Wall Street. That kind of vibe. I want some water. I want some water.
I
no, it's
tried
not
it.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
We say wooder. I wonder if you can still look
He
at you. Look at me
doesn't
puzzled.
Wooder.
You look at me puzzled. Where did you grow up?
Wooder. Well,
I thought you. Oh, you didn't really grow up there fully.
thing is,
Well,
the
he came.
thing.
Yeah, when he came, he was 9. From
I was.
the Ukraine.
I lived half the time I spent in New York.
This
So
one right?
I split my time between Philly and New York. So I got a little bit of New York.
Wow, but I see. The American Idol, you got in on the Trevose thing because you couldn't put New York because then they're going, we have a lot of New Yorkers.
No, but I was
You
going to
put
school.
Trevose
I was going to school at the
Neshaminy.
time. Yeah, because I went to Neshaminy High School and Bucks County Community College. So.
Wow, you really? Mm-hmm. I used to pass by there. Someday they might accept me at Bucks County Community College. I got the 210 on the SATs. So I'm all set.
that was.
I can't believe you didn't pick up on the wooder. And you don't even know how to do it now. You don't even know how to imitate it. That's how they say it. When I first moved to LA, waitresses would bring me a block of wood. I mean, it's wooder. They say wooder in Philadelphia.
Wooder.
I hope a Philadelphian calls so they can identify this. It's a horrible accent. I'm shocked that you didn't notice this in Neshaminy.
Yeah, I didn't, honestly.
They weren't ordering water ice?
They were, no.
You ever eat
no
water
wood.
ice?
No, I don't think so.
You never had water ice?
No.
Ice water.
You know what? I'm going to have to check
ice?
you. I should have Googled your entire history. There's no way you lived in Philly.
I went to school
I'm calling
in
you
Philly.
out on this.
I went to school in Philly.
Well, what'd you do? Commute from Connecticut? From the Ukraine? You had to have been there for quite some time to pick up this language and this culture. Water ice. You never heard of water ice? Where you have all this soft pretzel
Maybe someone
with
will
mustard?
call him. Yeah, I have that right
Someone
now.
call in.
good.
No, it's not authentic.
So are they? Oh, how long have you guys been married?
No, together.
Together. How long
We've been
with
together
child?
officially.
Officially for.
It's a little murky
It's a little
because when we
complicated,
first met, we were with other people, so it was like.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you past the
I like
point
you,
where you
but
don't
this
have
is
to
a-
hide the murky anymore?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, murky means there's.
So that we met like in 2009.
Wow.
We were both with other people, but then we ended up getting cast opposite each other in different productions of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you were opposite each other on
Yeah,
stage.
she played the narrator. I was Joseph. So
Yeah.
we did like 4 productions in
like in the, like
2 years.
2-year span, and each time we like kept getting cast opposite each other. It was like, oh, I kind of like you.
When you're working together.
Yeah.
But it was more than that. It was. I know I'm gonna sound totally cheesy, and your listeners are probably gonna throw up right now.
No.
But it was.
They've listened to me every week.
It was
I'm
a
madly
soul
in love with my
It was a
wife.
soul connection. It was a
I knew it. I
spiritual
knew you were
connection.
gonna say that.
It's
just,
okay.
You know,
I'm with you on that, bro.
So.
Totally with you on that.
Sorry, guys.
He said it.
I have the same thing, and they hear about it every week with me. I'm madly in love with my wife 24/7.
And you know, isn't that the most beautiful thing in the world?
And you know what it is? I wrote this morning. I was adding a little addendum to a book I just had published. And I was saying that all it is a matter of, this is what love, I believe, is. I believe there's a divine plan. And you basically got to get out of the way. You got to get out of the way. You just give it, just like a plant, you give it light, and you just let the beauty flow. And that's what happens is when you're in that relationship, you just know it.
Yeah.
There is no forcing it. There's no books you read. What do you get out of a man? How can you manipulate a relationship? Well, they don't have a book like that. That sounds a little manipulative. But I mean, you know what I'm saying?
They will now.
How do you manipulate a man? How do you manipulate a woman? No, it's just get out of the way. Get out of your own way, your own ego, your own thoughts, your own worries and doubts and stuff like that, and let it go. And really, you will know. You know in your heart.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where the heart connection takes place.
I'm telling you,
had it
yeah,
immediately.
and I mean, for me, I fought it, and like my body.
Because you were with someone else?
Yeah, I was actually married, and I've had these feelings for him, but I was like, okay, my mind was here trying to work out my marriage. I even went through therapy. I went through like hypnosis to like figure out something was wrong with me because I was having feelings for somebody else. And
wow, you went through hypnosis?
I did.
One
therapy session.
You cannot see blonde.
And, like,
blonde is not in your color scheme any longer. No.
I even lost my hair at one point. I had like alopecia because my body was just. I had like all these like things that were happening in my body telling me. This is not where you're supposed to be.
And again, that's your mechanism. That's Mother Nature speaking to you through your body and your mechanism. It was
I have a
fouled
question.
up. Yeah.
So when you first met, your your ex-husband, did you have that similar soul connected feeling at the time?
No, it was a different kind of connection. I mean, he was a great guy. I mean, we ended up being friends, and we were better friends, and we're married. And I had just gotten out of another relationship, and he was just kind of like this guy that was the lesser of two evils, basically, you know. And
yeah.
So
sometimes you do that. You make those
yeah.
decisions. They're based on fear, and you know,
right.
and
everyone around me was getting married or having kids,
right.
and it was like that time, and so.
I love that. Everyone around me. You know, I'm 12.
I was
Thank you. Because this is going back before 2009 when you guys met. That's when all this was going on.
Yeah.
And you were doing American Idol in 04?
No, 2005.
2005?
Yeah, I was on the 4th season of Idol, so.
Okay, that's where
I'm watching that clip and I'm like, oh my God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Now are you? Now you see a clip of you and.
Yeah, 10 years or almost 10 years.
Yeah.
You look. Yeah, there you are up on the screen. That is.
Hang on.
Seriously, that is like.
Good. That looks.
That is the definition of a geek. There's no two ways about it. I'm going Philly on you here, bro.
I know.
You would have had, in band, you would have been stuffed in a tuba. There is no question in Trevos. If you really are from Trevos, you would not have survived the tuba.
I'll tell you this.
Were you bullied, babe?
You know what? when I transferred, because we moved from New York during my freshman year of high school. We moved from New York to Philly. And, you know, I was a new kid in school, and I had some guys try to mess with me, but I don't take crap from anybody. So as soon as I kind of felt people coming at me, I just stepped up to them right away. I was like, dude, really?
What the hell did you do looking like that? You go, look, I'm going to take these glasses and hold them up to the sun. I'm going to burn you with my magnetic force. You better back up.
But you know
the sun is in the exact right position. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
If you in Philadelphia with that body?
I'm serious. I mean, see, here's the thing about bullies.
I tried.
Wait, didn't you say that your brother would like step in?
No, but that was back when I was like.
She's diming you out.
You know,
tough
no. This was back when we lived in the other place.
In Ukraine?
In the Ukraine, yeah.
Were you bullied in the Ukraine?
No, I wasn't bullied in the Ukraine. My brother always stood up for me in the Ukraine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so you must you have no accent, by the way. You must have been speaking. You must speak fluent.
I came here when I was 9.
But you must be fluent, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, the bummer is all the Russian I learned was to hit on chicks, so I can't use any of it on you.
What did you say? Oh, what did you say?
He said that I'm a very beautiful woman. Thank you.
He's actually right. It's exactly what I said to him. That's all I got. That's all I got.
All I know is "Я не говорю по-русски."
And
that was
what
good.
Else? And what else?
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be a blue. I mean.
Was that "I love you"?
Yes.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I figured that out just from your eyes. You could have been Marley Matlin on
and
that one.
no, I know "Я голодный."
Голодная, yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
You said I'm a hungry man.
Oh. Did I really?
Yes.
"Я голодная."
Голодная is, when a female says I'm hungry, then when a man says I'm hungry, he says "Я голодный." So, but yeah, it's close enough.
I remember that's so funny when you have malaprops in other languages. When you mess up other languages. I had the horrible one. This like famous, like he's literally like the Al Pacino of France, and he was staying with us.
Okay.
And he was doing a movie here, and he was staying with us. I was with this actress at the time, and I thought I'd impress him with my French because I studied French, and I was pretty good at it. And I was really tired, and I went, oh. I walked in, I go, oh, j'ai fatigué. I said, j'ai fatigué. And he goes, starts laughing. I thought I told him I was tired, like fatigued. He goes, what you just said was, you just got fucked.
That reminds me, did you read about Pope Francis slipping an F-bomb?
No, he had an F-bomb?
Yes.
In another language or our language?
In Italian. He said, I think it was caso, which...
Did he mean to say it?
No, it was a total slip-up. He meant to say caso or caso.
Oh, because he's actually from South America, so he doesn't really... Italian's not
I
his
just
first
read about
language.
this, but the headline was like, Pope Francis drops an F-bomb during his blessing.
So you guys are doing... did you have scenes together? Let's see, the narrator and... did you have scenes together? No, because...
we had...
Not really necessarily.
Really.
You weren't doing the eye-to-eye, lovey-dovey, sing to each other.
I mean, the narrator is just kind of out there, like, telling what's happening on stage, so we didn't actually have any
But it was so funny.
big interactions.
Every single time when we'd be doing tech, I'd always be out of place, and they'd always say in the microphone, Anthony, where's Anthony?
You heard the God
and they just, like, take the spotlight.
Anthony, take your spot.
Anthony's right where Jen is. Anthony, get back to your spot, please.
But that's when we were just friends.
Yeah.
Well...
We were just friends.
He wanted more than that instantly. And you were with someone else at the time, not married.
I was getting out of a 4-year relationship, and it was just one of those things where it's like, how do you fight nature? How do you fight gravity?
Right.
It's like you're being pulled towards something that you have no control over, and at the same time, you already have all these cracks in your foundation. With the person that you're with at the time, and it was hard, but.
Now, did you know him from American Idol? I mean, was there any sort of, no, this is the guy from American Idol, he's starring in our new show?
I recognized him, but I didn't, I think
you
I
don't
watched
follow
like
the show that much?
I watched the season finale of his season, I think. It was the season that Carrie Underwood won, so yeah, that was a big season. So, but I vaguely remembered him when I found out that he was cast, so I kind of, I Googled him. And,
she stalked me.
That Carrie Underwood, she's so good looking, I'd do her husband. I'm kind of serious. I met the
really?
two of them backstage.
Yeah,
that guy
you
is
told
really
me that
good looking.
they came to your show, right?
Yeah, Nashville. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, she was nominated for a Grammy that night. She blew up the Grammys to come to my show. I was like,
wow.
I was actually saying to her, my son just called me and said, you're nominated for a Grammy. What are you doing here? She goes, we just wanted to laugh. I think she knew she wasn't going to win that year. Yeah, it was one of those things.
Or she just really wanted to laugh.
Yeah, sure.
That doesn't make sense. I think there are some holes. Like in that story.
Some holes?
Yeah.
Some holes in that story?
Makes sense. Yeah.
What do you think the hole is, Miss
Even if she's
Skeptic?
nominated, she's like, I'm not going to win, so I'm not going to go to the Grammys.
I watched the awards afterwards because I wanted
like
to see if my son was right. And they put one of those, the photo up. And, everyone else is there live, and they had the photo of her.
I feel like there's like a miscarriage.
What year was that?
Like something like, I won't even
I'll
stay
say
home.
3 years ago, maybe two.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago in Nashville. That was it. But you can go look it up if you'd
No,
like.
I believe the show wasn't there, but I just don't think it was to come see your show. Like,
I didn't say it was. Anthony said it was.
Time.
Anthony just came to my show the other day.
Which was funny as hell.
Did you have a good time?
Dude, I was laughing. I couldn't stop laughing.
I wish I could have come.
It was hard because
you left Miss Thing with the baby.
Yeah, I mean it was.
That's not right.
I mean, I wanted to take him, but I didn't want to be that mom with a baby in a bar.
Well, I wouldn't allow that either. I've never allowed that yet, and I wouldn't allow it with you. Yeah, that's all I need to hear is that. I already have that at home anyway.
He's now 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's.
And you just had a kid.
Yes, we have a daughter. My first daughter. I have 3 boys and now a daughter.
God bless you, man.
She's like
That's
8 weeks
amazing.
old, and
She's 8 weeks. Oh my gosh, she's
yes.
itty bitty.
I know, itty bitty, and does a lot of crying. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's such a baby.
That's what they do.
Get over it.
I think if we end up having a girl, I think I'm gonna lose it because we wanna have a second one. And it's like, all right, if we have a girl, like, because I'm such a sucker for I want to have that experience.
I thought that too, but
3 boys and wow.
No,
I'm just kidding. I mean, no, I will tell you this.
Sleeping? Are you sleeping?
I will tell you this.
Tonight?
To be honest with you, I'm crazy. Like, I can't even believe it because I have 3 boys, and I got to tell you, the first time of actually changing the diaper and going, whoa, where'd it go? It's the weirdest feeling ever. To like have no penis there, have no package. It's like a magic trick. Yeah, I just go,
I'm like, where did what go?
It's sort of the middle of the night. You're tired. You just go, ah! Someone took the penis.
See, I get that way when my baby has a baby boner. That's shocking.
A baby boner.
A baby boner.
Yeah, he gets baby boners.
Yeah. That's shocking to me.
Wait till they get. Let me say,
whoa,
teen boner is the worst.
I'm not ready for that.
No, not ready for that.
I'm not even.
Teen boner.
I mean, I'm hoping we're not going to be changing him when he's going to be a teen. I mean,
well, it's not changing him, but you might catch a teen boner now and then. It's not a pleasant sight.
Gosh.
It's not something you want to see.
I'm not ready for
you
that.
can't have enough bleach in your eyeballs for that one. So this is what you're headed for. But I want to know. When does the I can't remember. Each kid has a different personality right out of the gate. Yeah. When does this a lot of crying stop?
Well,
she does a lot of like she's kind of antsy. She's antsy. She doesn't get comfortable real easy. She's got gas, a lot of gas.
She does.
If she only at 13 could hear me saying this, she'll kill me. She'll kill me. I'm going to play this for her prom date. Yeah, she's got major gas.
Julian is such a good sleeper.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
She is too, but when she's up, and then she does the goat thing.
Oh, she does.
do you guys have? We actually call it the crack cradle. Do you guys have the crack cradle?
What is that?
It's like those this.
It's a swinging cradle.
We got every.
I'm sure
every
they got
device
the gear.
imaginable.
Yeah, so I mean, because that helped Julian. As soon as we put him in that.
He's out.
Yeah, in that cradle, he was out.
Well, that's her biggest smiles. Just this morning we were noticing that there's a, I think she's a future narcissist
Well,
because
how
she
is-
looks into this mirror thing that's above and smiles at herself all the time, and that keeps her occupied. My big face going. Boo, 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 boo. I do all the same tricks I did with all my boys that worked. Not working with her as much.
Oh,
A little bit. I'm getting smiles
like,
here
"I ain't
and
buying
there.
it, Dad."
No, not buying it. Different guy.
How was the
different.
pregnancy? Did she get sick more with the boys?
No, all good, all good.
Right.
Oh yeah, all smooth. It was and we did a home birth.
Oh, you do? Oh,
In the
wow.
water,
See,
and
I
the-
wish I had that.
Why do you wish you had that? I'm just curious.
I
not that-
wanted
not
like the
that I would
most
advise it.
natural.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, but I couldn't.
You couldn't.
Well,
like,
I had a previous surgery that made me high risk to push.
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
And
Did you do C-section?
Yeah.
Did you?
I went to 3 doctors to see if I even
If you
could
try,
push,
yeah.
and they're like, nope.
Hey, look, it is what it is.
Can't
you know.
do it.
And that's
You had this other surgery, and I mean, as it was when I had the surgery. I mean, this is when I was married before, and I didn't know if I could have kids.
Mhm.
So
Well, they come out a lot prettier if you do it your way, because
Yeah.
this way, it's like you can't
that's
wait
what
for this.
the doctor that I finally
Yeah,
went
this
to.
new
like,
head to form. You're
yeah.
going, is that what they're going to look like? And then you do that. Oh, what a beautiful baby! In the meantime, everybody's saying that to me. I'm going, that is an ugly
Yeah, no,
baby. You're out of your mind.
Julian's head
that's
was,
from
like,
another planet. And you got that
perfect,
head that's popping.
Didn't
that
have the cone head. Yeah, it was
yeah.
perfectly round and
Yeah.
no scratches from. Yeah, so.
You want to believe that it's beautiful, but I don't care what anyone says. It's not. It's hideous. Now you probably had a pretty baby, because when they come out like that, because they come out a different way.
But a home
Sarah,
water
this all
birth-
makes you want to have children,
Yeah,
doesn't it,
so
Sarah?
much. Like, I didn't have them.
So you had a. So the best thing about your relationship, though, is you also have a musical connection.
Absolutely.
Literally have a musical connection. How much do you sing to one another?
Oh yeah, I
We
mean,
do. Isn't
all
it
it's
just cheesy,
nonstop.
corny?
It's
You guys got it now. That's 2 cheesy cornies you've said today. Nothing to me. You don't know who I am.
Okay.
I am the cheesiest corny guy.
you?
If you're going to
Okay.
qualify those things as cheesy corny,
We
I'm
do.
majorly.
We do sing to each other a
Yeah.
lot, and we sing to Julian a lot, and that's how this
My God,
EP
he must be having
happened.
a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid, he's actually, he's been listening to songs even before he was born, because you actually did a symphony concert.
I was performing
when
up
you
until
were-
my 8th month.
Yeah.
Oh,
singing with like symphony
you didn't do that
orchestras.
thing. My first child, we did. You
Hmm.
do all the machines. We did that big funnel, and you put it on the belly, and you sing through there. And they say, then he'll come out musical. I said, no, he's going to come out like a scuba diver. And he's going to hear. That's all they're hearing. Because you put it through the thing. Have you heard about that one before? Did you do that?
I have heard about that, but no, he was already hearing
But
music.
you're not as stupid to buy that like I did. I bought that.
You
thing.
did buy that?
I bought the whole gear. I thought that he'd
I
come
bet
out
you-
musical. By the way, he's the worst singer of all of us. Because he sings a little bit. No, I mean, bro, he's the worst. He has no musical ability. Everyone else does, but that son who I sang to in the thing. Maybe it was me. Maybe I should have brought in another singer. If I would have had you guys come in, that would have been genius. That's the thing is, what happens... Can you imagine this child, Julian? He's been singing, but 2 really high-level singers.
Right.
Imagine when Uncle Fred comes in and sings a tune, one of his favorite tunes. He's going to be going, that's not music. That's terrible. Do you have anybody in your families that are just completely tone deaf? Or is everybody talented?
My dad is.
Really?
Yeah, he's tone deaf.
Does he try, though?
He does. Oh, it's so
It's
cute.
pathetic.
I remember.
It's
we had
amazing. It really is
karaoke.
amazing. It's the cutest thing, and especially when, cause, Jen, she's done a lot of Miss Saigon productions, and every single time when he sees her on stage, he just sings that score.
He'll try to. Yeah, he came to tech.
Oh my God, it's the cutest thing, and it's with the accent and everything. It's so cute.
The Filipino accent?
But I remember growing up, like, we had a karaoke machine, and I remember just going through, like, some old cassette tapes just to find an empty cassette tape, and I put this one in, and it was my dad. Like, he had recorded himself singing when nobody was home. He was practicing. He really wanted to, like...
Yeah, her dad is the best. He's so cute.
But he
and
back
just-
phrases, and he's, like, completely tone deaf, and it's completely adorable.
Does he
I
know
love
it? He really is belting it like
He
he's good.
He is belting it.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing.
I remember for one Christmas, I had him sing an entire cassette tape full of Christmas songs, and I gave it to my best friend Christina for Christmas. He's like, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Just a whole cassette
awesome.
tape of,
You know what's great though is, and this is what I'm finding about music. It's strange that I'm finding it out now so late. Is it really is about the interpretation of a song, and not necessarily how great your instrument is.
It's true, yeah.
Tom Jones is a perfect example. I see my friend has Tom Jones. You know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to my buddy's house and sings, And I'm going, wow, good voice, but you're not. But if he was on American Idol, Simon would go, no, I don't think so.
all about
He wouldn't make it to
attitude.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I mean,
got-
really, he'd be in Topeka still auditioning. But I mean, it's amazing to me how people phrase things and how they interpret it. And it really is, it's what's behind the music.
Absolutely.
My grandmother, we were talking about the other day, my grandmother was the worst singer I've ever heard in my life. But I had a tape for years of her, and it was so May Loney. Because she's always in pain and a victim in life. So, and she had a smoker. She was always a smoker. So she did Make the World Go Away. And it was so her because make the world go away and get it off of my shoulders. But it was really so real.
Yeah.
Say, with the Philly accent, say the things you used to say.
Wow.
And make the world go away. But she really wanted the world to go away. That's what it was. It had this heart, but the worst voice you've ever heard in your life. And then, do you remember when you loved me? No, she doesn't.
You can have the most perfectly tuned instrument, and if it's not coming from a real place, really, it's not going to connect. So yeah, I mean, there's all types of singers out there, and you hear guys who are just, they find a way to interpret songs, and sometimes it hits more with someone who's not this like perfectly tuned vocalist, but they just come from the heart. And as long as
have there been American Idol winners that you feel that don't necessarily have the great instrument and yet they won based on something like that? Can you think of anybody?
You know what?
That has like it's based on their.
I would say this year of contestants.
No, well, just from past winners, and if we're talking about someone who just does not have a big voice, the typical criteria for Idol is you gotta have a big voice. I would say Philip Phillips. He's because I love his music and I love his voice.
What year is he in? Like a few years ago.
Yeah, he won. He's the guy that
2 years ago.
He won.
Yeah, he won, and he's got that song Home.
Ever since they got rid of Justin Guarini, I'm out.
Well, that was a long
Poor
time.
fella.
Justin.
He's on Broadway now,
He's
right?
a little fro. He's from your area,
Yeah, no,
Central Bucks West.
Yeah, Justin.
Well, with
Justin's
Pink.
a cool cat.
He was in class with Pink. Did you know that?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, she's so funny. When I talked to her about him, and she almost has an attitude like I showed him. And I'm going, honey, you don't need to rub it in. The guy. He's at the Bucks County Playhouse right now, all right? And you're getting, like, Grammys. But,
Well, Justin,
very talented guy.
He's a very, very
extremely
talented guy.
Nice guy, too.
Yeah, and he just, he's actually going to be doing Wicked on Broadway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's playing Figaro, so,
that's a sweet gig.
It's sweet gig. Right, yeah. No Bucks County Playhouse for him.
Yeah, I think you don't need to feel sorry for him.
You got the point.
Yeah.
I was trying to say to Pink, come on, lighten up, honey.
He's doing just fine.
Yeah. They were in class together at Central Bucks West, this big high school near Trevose in the Chamonix. Your rivals.
Yeah.
So you say.
So I
still don't even believe that he went there.
I did go. I sang all the.
Did you ever have Scrapple, young man?
No.
Yeah, you don't even know what it is. You're out.
I'm sorry.
You know what? If this was Philadelphia Idol, I swear you wouldn't make it past this round. I'd be throwing you out right now. I would not even allow. If it was Philadelphia Idol, you have no accent, you have no memory of any foods. Tasty cake?
No.
What the hell?
I had
didn't
to feel
live.
a cheesesteak, though. I had to feel a cheesesteak. I did.
No, the fact that you called it, that's like my mom calling it the Facebook. That you just called it the Philly cheesesteak. You're out. That made you even more out. Let's make you accelerate it out.
Okay.
You don't call it the cheesesteak.
I'll tell you this.
Here it is. Serious?
Here it is. Here it is. I will tell you right now.
It's okay. Maybe he doesn't claim Philly as his home, and that's
He
all right.
does. It said Trevose. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to talk to him about Philly.
It's also like from Ukraine, like 9 years.
See, I'm more of a New Yorker though than I am from. I'm more of a New Yorker though than I am from Philly.
Colorado.
Colorado. I went to school in Philly, and here's the thing, Craig. When I right after school, first thing I would do is I would go straight to the train station and take it to Penn Station, and I'd go audition for different shows.
You were dedicated right out of the chute.
I was dedicated right off the bat.
You got like a special permission from your principal to
yeah,
leave early, right?
I got on the co-op program that I don't know if they still have that in school, but I was let out of school early so I can, because I had a bunch of auditions.
Apparently before lunchtime, because I know you weren't eating Philly food at lunch.
No.
All right, so we're on to you. It's okay.
So,
I forgive you.
So
it's okay.
I apologize.
Next time you go on one of these shows, if you're on The Voice, you put Trevose, I'm going to scream out from the audience. He's not from Trevose, okay? He's from a trained to New York. That's where he's from, by way of the Ukraine. Hey, you guys actually wrote a song. Am I right? Because I see a xylophone here.
Yes.
I've never seen great artists bring in a xylophone.
We have xylophone. We
Very
have
sophisticated musicians here.
We're actually organicsmusic.com.
That's right.
That's how we can get.
Oh, I see that the green is.
Oh, that's right. It's a green screen. Look at that.
Yeah, I was told not to wear green because this is what I would have looked like.
Oh my God! Look at that. See, a lot of people are only listening. She's holding up a xylophone, and the two green keys are just gone.
That's really fun.
We're just looking
That's
at
actually
it.
kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. Wow. I love that about green screens. Very strange, but now that'll make people watch us.
I should have
want to see
worn
this
green
episode
T-shirts
anyway.
on my head because I'd be
like
just
blocking myself out.
Floating. That'd be fun.
All right, so now, so this is a song you're going to play that has to do with, does this have to do with having a child?
Speaking of poop, poopy diapers, you
Okay.
brought up poop.
Yes, poop and pee.
You did.
Yeah, so it's what we
So
live
this
for.
this song that we're actually going to do for you, it's called I Poop. Hey, by the way, if you want to join us
you feel
with
it-
the shaker, if you feel it,
You'll feel it.
by all means.
You will
She
feel
knows
it.
me so
I'm
well.
giving you the
She's going,
power
oh,
right
he'll
here.
feel it, believe me.
Yeah.
So he'll feel it. If we know Craig, Craig has never not
What's
had a
your
feeling he
daughter's
didn't
name?
express.
What's your daughter's name?
Chloe.
Chloe.
Chloe, yes. I'll do it over here because this
Chloe?
has green on it too.
You want to sing this for baby Chloe? Yeah, my name is baby Chloe.
So it's called what's it called?
It's called I
It's
Poop.
called I Poop.
And here's the thing: we are getting ready to put out our very first duo album. It's going to be out in the spring. And we just wrote all these songs because we love being parents and we want to celebrate how cool it is to be a parent. So we wrote
So
all
wait
these
a second. So you're going to have an album that's all about that we can
All
play to our
songs
children. We
inspired
can play
by
it for our
It's an
children.
adult contemporary album that's going to be, families is going to be our target
the parents
audience.
that can't
for the
leave their
But it's not a
houses.
children's album.
It's not a children's
It's
album.
adult contemporary, but like geared toward families.
Exactly, yeah.
I
like-
haven't seen that section at the record store, but that's okay.
Yeah, like this tune, for example, I think
There's no
this is a
record
tune
stores
that
there.
we're
Yeah.
kind of hoping that parents are going to be able to enjoy with their kids.
Awesome.
Okay.
And and we have some really heartfelt stuff on there, just our journey as parents and all the things that we're going through. And we're hoping that a lot of parents are going to be able to relate to our music. And this tune, I think we're going to dedicate this to Chloe.
Yeah,
To Chloe, and then let me ask you something. If you haven't recorded this yet, can I be percussion on the album? Oh, this is my audition.
Well, we have
This is your
recorded this
audition.
already.
Oh,
When we
no.
start doing live shows, you could do percussion.
Yeah,
with that.
absolutely.
Is that the good beat?
Well,
Yeah, it's
well,
good.
I have to see what they do.
yeah, let's start this
You're
off.
supposed to start off.
Yeah, let's start
percussion,
this
but we're
off.
gonna reverse it here. Okay,
And
I'll,
then,
I'll wait.
And then if you feel it, when you get it, join in anytime.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
To baby Chloe.
So this is to baby Chloe. I Poop, a.k.a. the Poop Song.
Okay.
Ringtone.
Yo, my name is baby Chloe and my mom is the bomb. She feeds my tummy yummy all day long and I poop. Yeah, I poop.
Yo, my name is baby Chloe, my dad is the bomb. He changes my sticky diapers all day long, cause I poop. I poop.
I poop in the morning, I poop in the day. I poop when the feeling comes my way and then bam, I'm full of jam. I poop in the evening, I poop at night, especially when I'm giving my tummy time. Ain't no crime, cause dang, I'm fine. Break it down, Pop.
Y'all will never understand this baby life. Can't walk, can't talk, throw up all the time and just cry. Yeah, I just cry. But my mama and my pops are always there. They burp me, hold me, love and care. Even though I let it flow, 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 flow.
I poop in the morning, I poop in the day. I poop when the feeling comes my way, and then bam, I'm full of jam. I poop in the evening, I poop at night, especially when I'm giving my tummy time. Ain't no crime, cause yeah, I'm fine.
We can be chilling, eating snacks, then out of nowhere comes my poop attack. Can't hold it back, so let the stink begin. Looks my skin. We share a laugh, then I pee all over him. I poop in the morning, I poop in the day. I poop when the feeling comes my way. And then snap, snap, I'm full of crap. I poop in the evening, I poop at night. Especially when I'm getting my tummy time. Ain't no crime, 'cause dang, I'm fine. Poop, poop, ba, ba, poop, 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 ba, ba, poop, 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 ba, poop. I poop. Poop, poop, ba, ba, poop, 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 ba, ba, poop, 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 ba, poop. I poop. 'Cause everybody poops. Everybody poops.
That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
I was here for the beginning of greatness.
That's right.
How about you, Broadway star and American Idol finalist? Little did you know this is what your life would come to.
That's right.
Talking about poop.
It's
You're
right.
writing
What
poop
are other
songs
topics
on a
on the
xylophone. That's awesome.
We have one called Doc, Doc, Doc. Give me your best shot.
You guys want to hear Doc, Doc, Doc?
Sure.
Let's
We'll
take a
hear
Doc,
it.
Doc, Doc song.
Let's talk about it for a couple seconds
Yeah.
beforehand. So these are all songs. By the way, you can totally play these for the kids. The kids would go crazy for a poop song.
And by the way, we decided to alternate our lyric a little bit in the breakdown section because our original lyric was...
We did the rated G version.
Yeah, we did the rated G version because our original lyric was, and then snap, I'm full of crap.
Which is what we
so
just saying.
we actually changed that to bam, I'm full of jam. We felt like it'd be a little more kid-friendly.
Oh, but our show, you can go for, you know.
Yeah, and in the very first verse, I changed it from wait, what was it before?
My name is Baby Jane. My mom is the bomb. She feeds me breast milk all day long, and I poop.
Which I didn't want to alienate mothers who don't breastfeed, and that's another topic of discussion too. It's
What, alienation?
That and breastfeeding in public.
Yeah. Actually, funny you should say that. Just our audience of one over here, Anthony, was having dinner with us last night. My wife normally has a cover. Apparently, he's Uncle Anthony. She doesn't care anymore. I looked over a few times. I'm just going, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say
blanket.
anything because, of course, they would attack me
Right.
being so unhip.
I get uncomfortable by that. I'm just uncomfortable in my own skin.
But plus, they're
that.
bigger than they usually are, and I'm just going, oh, come on, you know,
Yeah.
just a little. But she has no qualms about it whatsoever.
But it's food. It's just
I
food.
understand
it's not a
that.
sexual
I
act.
understand.
But like
Listen.
for grown men around it, like boobies are. Like there's like, you know.
Yeah, it's
like,
such a hot topic. I know.
We turn we turn into idiots when it comes to boobs, which is very odd because you would think, like, you know how women always have to cover up their breasts.
Yeah.
I believe that men should start
such
covering
a
up their
stupid
breasts.
Theory.
What?
What is that?
What
Okay, I
is so
gotta hear about
stupid
I
about
gotta
the
hear
theory? Look, guys.
If you have man boobs, or
Well, period. Well, maybe not a really good chest, but you should qualify. But then again, women don't qualify. Women cover no matter what, or unless you're on a nude beach, and then anybody can go on a nude beach with a topless situation, right? But guys are the ones who should be covered up. That's my opinion. Because it's hideous. Seriously, if I showed
it's
you
like my eyes, I don't want to see that.
Exactly, but you do want to see a woman, so it doesn't make any sense. How does that make any sense whatsoever? And if you're going to go with the sexual thing,
Try to make logic.
guys, how are you not making logic? Why is everyone looking at me puzzled?
Because it doesn't.
Such reverse psychology, Craig. You just want to see boobies.
No, I don't. That wouldn't be such a bad outcome from my theory.
It
but
feels
I want
like
you guys
he's trying to manipulate.
I want you to
right
dispel
now.
my theory. I want you to tell me, okay, if you see a big guy, I was in an elevator once, and it was disgusting. Everybody was in Hawaii. Everyone had their shirts off, and I'm just going, her I wouldn't mind, and she's fully covered, and every other guy's like, press 5, with these giant breasts, and I'm just going, that is disgusting. You've got to put those away or get a bra on, buddy. Seriously, Sarah, why is so wrong with this theory?
I don't understand
What don't you understand?
why you think this is an idea that could actually happen. Like, I mean, that, like, why we should think of it as a logical solution. Like, we want to see boobs.
All right, let me ask you this. I saw a transsexual on television, on daytime television. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, okay, if this transsexual, right, it's a dude.
Okay.
If the dude has fake boobs now, if the dude has fake boobs and yet therefore should be able to be naked on top on television, correct? Because it's a dude. But because the... What? Oh, nobody has an answer for me now.
Well, no, okay, that's the thing.
My theory is all of a sudden taking weight inside.
You've taken feeding babies.
And now we're talking about transsexual.
Jen, that's how we work on this show. That's how we work.
Transsexual.
And by the way, it will segue back to your song somehow, some way. This is what happens when we do our show.
Our next song is called Doc, Doc, Doc. So it is, there's a doctor.
Dot.
Give me your best shot.
Okay, Doc, 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 give me your best shot.
We have doctors,
Speaking of surgeries by doctors, we have a doctor song.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
What happened?
I just said
we missed that. We're in our own conversation.
No, that would be another hot topic. I said, if they're natural, do they immunize? And so, because of the shot, do you guys immunize?
We do.
Oh, that's a big hot topic.
I got into a giant fight with somebody.
People will get into fights.
Yeah, I didn't fight. They were like coming because I'm not. I was raised by a hippie because I had seizures and stuff. And my sister got very sick from DPT shots. And so I'm not.
So much information out there. I know.
Somebody was like, so like you could kill children, and I was like, wait, do you know how this works? Like,
by the way, I want to see their
song could either be a huge hit or like.
Yeah. I want to see their stats on the killed children. By the way, but I will show you stats that things have changed with other things. I don't care what you see. You can get angry with me all you want. I have a neighbor that swears that this boy was really, really normal, and then he had shots, and now he's very far from it.
Same with my
and
mom.
That is a
with
fact.
My sister.
So that's her theory, and it's only based on her own experience. So you can have all the stats you want. Anybody can make a stat to make it what you want it to be because you want to believe
both sides.
something.
Like everybody feels strongly, and that's what I told him. I said, listen, just as strong as you feel, on the other side, people feel just as strongly, and I happen to have been raised by one of those.
Yeah.
But you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm not a disease carrier.
And here's the thing.
There's so much information out there, and I filled my brain with so much on both sides of the argument that, tough. I mean, I was leaning towards, like your mom, like being more conservative, but then at the end of the day, I was like, whoa.
And wait a minute, which is more conservative? That way, or that seems to be alternative non-conservative?
But now,
to not do the shots.
We do shots, but we like spread them out.
Yeah, that's what we did. We made sure that we spread out our shots, and so he doesn't get like 4 or 5 shots.
And plus, didn't Jenny McCarthy, who's like a big advocate for no vaccinations linking it to autism, like didn't she retract that statement?
That's very complicated because then she came back and said something like
it's all complicated, and then people have someone to attack, and Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's also doing the same thing. But no, this is all the stuff that we do on our show. Is we really everything's subject to the debate. You're actually getting people angry right now, or they're actually going, "You go, you talk about that." I mean, that's how it works. That's how the world works. Is we all have experiences and we all have our fears, and that's what we try to discuss on our show is breaking down some of those fears and open it up to discussion. It's always open to discussion. There's no finality. I'm not 100% sure of either way.
You're not 100% sure that women should be taught.
No, that one I am 100% sure.
You're 100% sure.
I'm 100% sure. Look, there are some things, but I'm basing it on experience. I do not think. I don't need stats to say how women should be topless in public.
Okay.
I don't need to go to France.
I brought it back. I'm really sorry.
You did bring it back, Sarah.
But then I'm going to bring it back to, speaking of enhanced surgery done by doctors, you have a doctor song, don't you? See how I do that?
Yeah. There you go. That was seamless.
That was seamless, all right. The seam, torn jeans. So you have another song. This is for children. And, and you're, now that we talked about it, Craig. Now you ruined our whole premise. And by the way, there is your website. It's Aura. So you are kind of new agey.
Organics.
Organics with an X, music.com.
Yes.
So look that up, and I'm going to do that, actually. I love that song that you did, and you both have such beautiful voices, obviously. I love harmony.
Thank you.
It makes me jealous. I have a decent voice, but, you heard me sing.
You got a really good voice.
Yeah, I heard about this possible Les Mis duet.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, we need to. I haven't worked on my part yet. Look, he's getting all excited.
Up your ass with working on your part. You're working on it since birth. You're a freaking singer. I'm a comedian. You've been working on it since birth. I don't want an excuse. If you were going to sing with me, who are you going to be?
He wanted Javert. Who's Javert? Who's Valjean?
I'll be either.
Don't put me on the spot. I'm not ready.
I told him I'll be freaking Eponine and he's Marius. I'll do that.
Don't put me on the spot right now.
You ready?
I'm not.
I'll be Eponine.
Don't. No, him.
You should do Eponine, not me. Don't you fret, Monsieur Marius. I don't feel any pain. A little fall of rain can hardly hurt me now. Now you have to go, I'm here.
I'm here.
That's all I need.
Oh my God. Let's do this doc.
Let's do the doc.
Time for the
song.
shot. Is that what it's called?
If he and I did Les Mis together, though, it'd be a different story. How about we do another one later? Let's see how much time we have. We don't have much time. Do you know Lean on Me?
Lean on me.
Yeah. If I do that with you, will you harmonize with me? Because I don't know how to harmonize, but I love harmony. Yeah. I think that's one missing element in music of today. There is not enough harmony. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
Sure.
Let's agree on that.
Along with women and boobs and men? No, we can't go with that. Okay, I'm going to lure you in someday,
Right.
Sarah, on that
So
one.
no, you
Okay,
won't.
so let's hear your next song, The Doctor.
Yeah, it's called the Doc. So basically wrote this because Julian was such a trooper getting his immunization shots. And we're kind of hoping that, this song will give courage to, those kids that are afraid to get their shots and just something that, again, both parents and kids can connect on. And so we wrote this song called Doc, Give Me Your Best Shot. Because when he got his first shot, he kind of looked at the doctor like, ow!
He's like, what the?
Like,
and then he went back to it.
and
Yeah, he
no
was
crying,
so
nothing. Just
unfazed.
not,
How old was he?
He was, what was that? Like the first round of shots.
9 months.
Yeah.
What, 9 months?
Yeah.
He's already saying, what the
Yeah, totally. I swear to God.
Like, no crying, just nothing. So
Because we were like distracting him. And,
Like he's angry.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
going,
and he
you're
got-
not going to hit me with
He
this.
got pricked and he was like, what the?
Right.
Yeah,
Just like that.
So
Yeah.
we got so excited and we got so inspired
So we
by
wrote
him
the
just being
song.
so brave. We wrote the song called Doc.
Okay.
So
Doc.
here you
Can
go.
we do the bass line? I'm gonna try.
All right, you can do the bass line. It's
I'm
gonna be an
gonna
octave higher than
this is right here.
than the real one.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Today is the day I am gonna see the doctor. Today is the day I don't know how I'm gonna feel after, but the big bad germs are near. It's time to make them disappear. Then go and pray, doc, give me your best shot. I'm not afraid, doc, give me your best shot. I'll be okay. Mommy says I'm a big, strong kid, and I know my mommy is legit. So, doc, give me your best shot. Today is the day I'll be growling like a raptor. Today is the day I'm gonna save the world from disaster. But if I'm gonna save the day, then being healthy is the way. I'm ready. Hey, doc, give me your best shot. I'm not afraid, doc, give me your best shot. I'll be okay. Mommy says I'm a big, strong kid, and I know my mommy is legit. So, doc, give me your best shot. Is that all you got? That was nothing, just a teeny tiny shot. Is that all you got? That was quick, and now I'm ready for my snack.
Hey, Craig,
Boom, boom, boom.
give me a jingle.
What's that?
There you go.
Hey, doc, give me your best shot. I'm not afraid, doc, give me your best shot. I'll be okay. Mommy says I'm a big, strong kid, and I know my mommy is legit. So, doc, give me your best shot. Doc, give me your best shot.
Yeah. That was Anthony Fedorov and Jen Paz. I feel like I'm on the radio again. Playing dot.
Give me your best shot.
Give me your best shot. That was phenomenal.
And here's the
I
cool
love
thing about this record. We have these 2 silly songs, but we also the other 4 songs are very much heartfelt and inspirational. That we're really hoping parents can relate to. Those parents that just had kids, that are about to have kids, who've had kids, their whole lives. And these are, we're just hoping that, the joy and the experiences that we're having, as new parents, that a lot of people are going to be able to relate to that in a fun way, and we just want to bring some laughter and some smiles.
You're really digging being a parent, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best thing.
It's nice when you can extend it out into the artistic community, because that's what you do.
Absolutely.
When you can use your creativity to extend it out. I mean, and by the way, I really did love those songs.
Thank you.
So you recorded them.
Yes.
With more instruments, and did you have a bass? Did you have a bass like me?
We
I was auditioning.
We did,
again.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't
For the
going to
live
be in.
shows, I'm telling
I wasn't
you.
going to be on
For the
this,
live
but I
shows.
thought maybe my bass
Seriously,
voice.
dude, you're gonna have to come out and help us out on the live shows, though.
Yeah, we recorded out in Atlanta, actually. His buddy.
Bo Bice. Bo Bice, he was the runner-up on my season.
I remember him. That was your season?
Yeah,
Bo
yeah.
Bice.
So Bo and I, we were,
co-produced
co-produced the record, and it's being mixed and mastered right now.
Did you tour with American Idol? After you won?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
after you came in fourth, right?
Yeah, I came in fourth. Yeah, we toured here at the Staples Center, and we went all over.
That must have been a lot of fun.
That was incredible. Yeah, that was an incredible experience. And
but how does it work? They own you, basically. When you sign a contract, when you first audition.
When you first audition, you sign a contract, and
if
they keep you, they keep you, which is great, because if they keep you and you end up on the right side of that machine, they launch you into superstardom. I mean, if they don't want to keep you, then it's best they let you go.
Do they pretty much know who are the pros and who aren't? Are the real, like the William Hung or whatever his name was? I mean, is he signing the same contract as you are, or are they just basically?
I mean, they all, we all signed the same contract. It's literally,
you do?
Yeah, we all signed the same contract.
They will own your record deal for 5 years or whatever it is. Is that how it works?
We actually got released out of our contracts 2 months before our tour was over.
Okay.
And they basically said we couldn't release a record for like 6-7 months because they have to launch the winner first, obviously, and so they don't want anybody competing with that. And we just had to wait for like 6-7 months.
If they knew you came up with a poop song, they never would have allowed that to happen.
I know, right?
They're kicking themselves.
This song is
now.
going to sweep the nation.
I could have owned that poop song.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. It's just a fact.
There's a book like that. Did you know that?
Everyone poos. Yeah.
It poops. Yeah, everybody poops.
Is it I think it's everyone poops.
They go, birds poop, bees poop, then everybody poops. They have their little poop.
But you guys have it's different, right? The words. I was wondering that in the same.
Yeah, we have everybody poops and they have everyone poops. I saw it actually on a list of the top, like the 40 the worst book titles. Was that was
I'd like to have that worst book title. They made a fortune with that. I can still remember it. Yeah, everybody poops. They have a camel. A camel has 2 humps on their poop.
Can we
and it says,
download
just
songs like individual songs?
We're gonna be releasing it Mother's Day.
Yeah,
so
Mother's Day is our target.
Because I know a kid who doesn't like to poop.
He doesn't.
He needs that song.
He needs some encouragement.
He gets scared. Yeah.
I was one of those kids too.
I think my team could use it.
Yeah.
He holds it in. Yes.
Yeah.
And he
It's a control thing.
He waits for I'm going to clog your toilet now for a year. He waits till that level. Yeah. I mean,
until he explodes.
Until basically you hear,
really?
We're going to need assistance. Yeah, it doesn't sound like that because it doesn't even have a sound because it's just basically, I don't want to get into my son's poop.
Yeah.
Or my daughter's poop. I'm not gonna lean on me. Let's do lean on me.
Do you know?
Do you know it? You want to do it on that?
Let me.
Just do it a cappella.
Let me see.
No, do it a little bit.
Do you want some?
Lean on me when you're not strong.
Oh my God, he's up too high for God's sake. You have to come down to my level, and then you have to harmonize with me. Being the non-singing host comedian.
How much time do we have?
Times in our lives. Might have to take that barrette. Fret. What's this called? Capo.
Yeah, capo. Yeah. You want it lower or high?
Here we go. Here's how I would sing. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Now I go up high. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on for you have pain, you need to borrow. I need some female. I'm right up the road. We'll go back to Lean on Me. I'll share your load if you just call me. I say, lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. All right. There you go. We could have gone further with that.
Yeah, you guys should take that on the road. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was trying to do an ad at the same time. Like sing the ad. Adam and Eve, you need sex toys. Just go to adamandeve.com. Yeah. Use our shipping code. It'll lighten your load, if you know what I mean. 50% off any item. Free DVDs, free super sexy gift, and free shipping. You've been fantasizing about your super lover with an adventurous new toy or adult movie. Well, here's an offer you can't resist. Go to adamandeve.com for a limited time only. You only get 50% off of any item. That ain't all, baby. You can select your item 50% off. You get 3 adult DVDs plus a free gift. So sexy. adamandeve.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Woo! I want to thank adamandeve.com and all of our sponsors, System LS. Go to Amazon and actually click it on the little icon on CraigShoemakerShow.com and buy something through Amazon. I have an idea where you can buy through Amazon. Buy their album. Can you get it through Amazon?
Yes, you can get it through Amazon.
How do you get it there? They'll go through my site. Okay, CraigShoemakerShow.com. They press
On Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, yeah.
Yeah, on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, and they can go through
Releasing it.
Amazon, and we get 10% back for
There you
playing you
go.
on our
Yeah.
show.
Win-win.
What a great time! What a great time you guys were. You want to come back sometime? And
Would
we'll
love
add-
to. Actually, would love to come back when the record comes out, so maybe we can do.
That's what
all,
we'll do.
you know,
That's what we'll do. And
some-
we'll have
some more
Anthony
tunes
will come
in.
in from Arizona at the same time, and he's going to do this week's bitching or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the weekly bitch, I think. Yeah.
Weekly bitch. Anybody here next week, guys? Oh, one of these days I'm going to look out and they're going to go, here's who's next week. Go to iTunes, by the way. Go to iTunes and you, by the way, rate us on iTunes and spread the word. Any guests next week? Who's next week? We're working on it. That's what we say every week.
We're working on
Maybe
You know,
not.
here's what we're working on. We're working on Fluffy is going to come in here. He says he's going to come. You know who Fluffy is? One of the great Gabriel Iglesias. Let's have him next week.
I don't know who Fluffy is.
Let's promote that we'll try to have him next week.
Great.
That'll get people.
That'd be great.
I want to thank you, Anthony Fedorov. Okay, I want to thank you.
Thank you
for being here.
Thank you
Jen
for having
Paz.
us.
Thank you.
Do I pronounce it right?
Jennifer Paz.
Jennifer Paz.
Jennifer Paz.
Okay, I
And
told
we
you
are
before,
the
we say Paz.
Organics. We just came up with this name, so we're like trying to get it out there so people know that, you know.
You're called the Organics?
The Organics. That's
Oh
our
my
group name.
God.
Yeah.
Organics.
Yeah.
With
we're
the
both,
aura.
Yeah, because we're both spiritual, very organic
love that.
people, so we just.
Why don't we hang off the air? You would love my wife a lot more than me.
Let's do it.
Yeah. You're going to be like, it's one of those where you go, I'll hang with you, Mika. Maybe Craig will be at work. You know, it'll be one of those things.
Well, let's hang out.
Okay, you got it. Okay, well, thank you for being on our show. Sarah Sweet, as
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Joel,
Yes.
congratulations on making some big bank this week.
Yeah,
He's
good
making
for
a big
him.
bank. I can see from Sarah's aura that she's not.
What are you talking? Cool.
We got money coming.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I see
Anthony,
what you've
this
been
other
saying.
Anthony over here is going to tell you afterwards. We
Okay.
got a surprise for you. You got some moolah.
Is it a car? Is it a new car?
Not a new car. I can definitely say that's not behind doors. You got a better chance of opening the
How
door
was
and
your
seeing
car?
a
I've heard
donkey.
about this car accident situation.
Yeah,
Have
well-
you heard about it?
Well,
when I was like watching
You
people.
don't get into. Never heard of. You don't get into a conversation when you're ending a show. Listen, CraigShoemaker.com. Find out where I'm touring. I'll be in Sellersville outside of Philadelphia on the 29th at the Sellersville Theater. We have 2 shows. They added a show. So all of Philadelphia, come on out. We'll celebrate. This show is dedicated to honor my friend Rob Horner, who passed away a couple days ago. And I love you, Rob. I love your family. And, much spirit to all of you. And, I'm going to carry on the laughter, my friend. And, you all go find your laughter wherever you can. And I'll see you next week.